Right-hand maintenance is what they call it when he sits out.
That's awesome.
I don't know what, like, is he going to get his nails done? I don't know what. Is he getting a massage? Right-hand maintenance.
Right-hand maintenance makes zero sense whatsoever.
Yeah. It does sound like a masturbation injury.
Well, I was going to say that, but it's also what Ben Simmons has been doing his entire career.
Yes.
On today's Pardon My Take, we have Swag Kelly. Swag Kelly in studio. An awesome, awesome interview with Chad Kelly coming up. I really think people are going to love it. It was one of those interviews. We went into it, didn't know what to expect, went out of it being like, I think we got a new best friend. We're going to talk some Masters. We're going to talk some NBA stuff because the playoff picture is starting to get a little crystallized. Some Mac Jones, Bill Belichick feuding, and Hank is on vacation again, so we get a statement from him, plus Fyre Fest of the week and the lottery ball. That's all brought to you by our friends at Barstool Sportsbook. Today's show is brought to you by Barstool Sportsbook, the one and only sportsbook of show and Barstool Sports. The Barstool Sportsbook is made for you, the loyal fans and listeners. Is the only place to find exclusive picks and parlays from me, El Prez, and the rest of our crew. Follow or fade us. It's up to you. Now offering a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today. Use code TAKE to unlock your $1,000 bonus. The Barstool Sportsbook lets you bet however you like with daily odds boosts, live in-game wagering, move the line and teaser bets, and Parlay Plus for bigger payouts. iCasino is also available in select states with table games and slots. Also off script, real quick, we had a PMT, Friends of PMT bet for the Masters. Willie Z withdrew before he took a shot, so that bet was voided. For anyone who followed with us, you get your money back. It's a voided bet. It was tough to see Willie Z withdraw, so check it out, the Barstool Sportsbook. You got to get the Barstool Sportsbook. Download and create an account today, and be sure to use code TAKE to unlock your $1,000 bonus. That's the Barstool Sportsbook, code TAKE. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take. Today is Friday, April 7th, and Brooks Koepka is back. He is, alphabetically speaking, PFT, leading the Masters after one day.
Yeah, and he looks awesome. Brooks Koepka is back to his old form, silencing the haters, of which there are many. He's healthy now. That's the thing. And I was telling Max this earlier because we watched all of Brooks's round. The fact that he went out there and he proved that he can do it to himself, and he is now leading a major championship after 18 holes, that is like the big psychological hurdle he's going to get over. Now, we need to make sure that Brooks shows up for the fourth day, so he's not too used to playing 54 holes that he does in the Live Tour. It's golf, but louder. But this seems good because he skull-fucked the course. He just piped everything nuclear down the middle. He was hitting every green. He had like one bad shot today. The crazy thing is he shot 7 under, and it was like the worst 7 under I've ever seen because it probably should have been 10 under. He got one bad bounce that fucked him with a bogey, and then he missed like 3 birdie putts from about 10 feet out. Brooks Koepka's back.
We should say, in terms of 7 unders, Brooks's was the best because he is alphabetically in first place. Jon Rahm shot a 7 under after double bogeying the first hole. You can't start worse than he did. And he then came back and torched everything. That is the part of the mental side of golf that would drive me insane, where I'm like, if I had just gotten a par on the first hole, I'd be -9 with solo hold of the leaderboard. But yeah, Brooks is back. He feels good. He looks better. He's trying to be the first time two-time Live Tour winner to win a Masters.
Yeah.
Historic.
Never been done before.
He's the only person in Live who's ever won 2 Live golf events. So it would be truly historic on many accounts.
He would be dominating every league. You have to start up brand new golf leagues funded by other crown princes in order for Brooks to. It's like, what's that old saying? Like, and the king wept because there were no more kingdoms to conquer. Like, Brooks has done it all at this point.
by the way, we should just, because I feel like it gets missed every now and then, and people will be like, do you guys even like Brooks anymore? We actually were going to have Brooks on last week for a Masters preview, but because we were out of the office for what felt like 10 days in the Final Four, our schedules didn't align because he couldn't do it on the Tuesday that we were trying to do it, and then we were traveling basically for the rest of the week. He is coming back on. Hopefully he's coming back on Sunday night because that would be phenomenal. But he is leading the Masters after one day. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves. There's a lot of golf to be played. But the other storyline coming out of day one of the Masters, we as a society need to remind people that snitches get stitches because holy shit. We had 2 alleged cheating events, one with Brooks, where I didn't even know this was illegal, but apparently his caddy mouthed the word 5 to who was it? He was playing with Woodland. Woodland's caddy. He said to his caddy. And everyone said, well, you can't tell the other caddy what he just shot. They reviewed it. It was actually, he was saying it to a TV person. Ridiculous though that even is a rule. But that was one where like people were screen grabbing, getting videos like cheater, cheater, cheater. And the other was Morikawa who moved his ball, and people were doing selective editing, fake news editing, where they were taking out the part where his ball moved first and he was moving it to the back to exactly where it was. And everyone was clamoring that he cheated and he should get disqualified. We as a society need to just tell these people to shut the fuck up. It was brutal for all the snitches online that think that they know the rules better than everyone else and wanting to get that little piece of glory of being the guy being like, I found out that he cheated.
Yeah, well, guess what? The Masters, they examined both cases because there was so much uproar because of social media. They looked at Brooks's. They said, no, this is fine. There will be no penalty instituted, no collusion. It's a witch hunt. They're trying to get our boy Brooks. And then with Morikawa, I think they looked into it on the broadcast. Even the guy on the broadcast team was like, well, we're going to have to take another look at that. But that turned out to also be nothing. And so I in a sick way, I kind of love how these golf freaks out there used to watch the U.S. Open and would feel like just guys on their couch. I think it's okay if it's a guy on your couch and you pick up a phone and you dial it in.
Yes.
That's way better. I love those freaks that are just so obsessed with the rule book that they think they spot something on their TV and they call a hotline for cheaters. And then they explain what they saw and then the person reviews it and they're like, no, I'm sorry, nothing happened here. But to just put it out on social media, it's irresponsible.
You're clout chasing.
We would never do anything like that.
Never. You're clout chasing. The guy who's sitting on his couch who calls it in, that guy tipping my cap because you know what? He's just watching golf as it's meant to be watched by yourself on the couch, burying some farts into your couch, maybe taking a nap, waking up, calling the hotline. The people who are clipping stuff and putting it online, they're clout chasing, and I don't like it. Those are 2 of our guys. Colin Morikawa would never cheat. Brooks Koepka would never cheat. If Patrick Reed does something tomorrow, I will clip it, I will put it out, and I will call him a cheater. But those guys never cheated. That's how it should be played.
You better not. I remember when Patrick Reed, this was a few months ago, he hit his tee shot into a tree, and then he took a pair of binoculars, found a different ball in a better tree, and was like, yeah, that's my ball in that tree. And then he got a much better drop. I respect how dedicated Patrick Reed is to the cheating game. I would never snitch on Patrick Reed. It's like he's like Michelangelo painting a masterpiece. I would, however, snitch on Bryson. If we catch Bryson doing anything, if he picks up a ball because there's like an aphid on it and blows it off, I will be calling that in. Make no mistake about it. But besides him, you're not allowed to snitch on anybody because you know for a fact that Bryson would snitch on somebody. Bryson's probably got Twitter burner accounts at home that he uses when he's not playing in that 4th day on the Live Tour to call in and snitch on PGA golfers.
Yes, Bryson, ever since he said that Masters was, what did he say? It was like a par 65 course or something. He's like, you're going to break the course. He hasn't done anything in the Masters. Other stories, Tiger completed a round, did okay, was sweating hard, but he, +2, you can't. The guy is clearly not 100%. He went out there and gutted out a +2. We're okay with that, right? Like we just want him to make the cut.
Yeah, I want Tiger around. I want like live look-ins at Tiger's round over the course of the weekend. That would be ideal he is definitely still hurt. Like his foot almost got amputated, and you can see it. He had this one shot that he had to play. He was standing in a bunker, and his ball was above him, and he hit it. And then afterwards, he just picked his foot up and started hopping around. You know, like when your dog has like a leg injury and it won't put any weight on that foot, but it still really wants its chew toy, so it still keeps going. He like walked up to the green like that, trying to pretend nothing was wrong. That was sad to see, but I mean, it's remarkable that he's able to play this well, given the fact that one, he's basically got 1 foot, and two, he was such a sweaty mess in that white shirt. Like the nipples protruding everywhere, disgusting.
He looked like he should be in a wet t-shirt contest in like Daytona Beach, not at the Masters. Kind of gross for the Masters. Like Augusta is special. We shouldn't be doing that.
I don't want to see nipples in Augusta.
Anywhere near him.
They need to, I'm actually about to phone in a rule violation on Tiger Woods' nipples.
Yes.
The other big story that I'm taking away from this, shout out Max, our boy Max Homa. Fought so hard. That was the grittiest performance of the day because Max did not have, I don't know, I'm an idiot when it comes to golf, so I'm just going to use like things that I say in other sports, like for a starting pitcher. He didn't have his best stuff today. He didn't have stuff. But he managed to put together a good round, fought back hard on the back nine, and fuck the walk and talk interview that they made him do. ESPN fucked Max Homa on the 14th hole because you're not even allowed to have a cell phone at Augusta, but they make him they have some poor production assistant that has to like keister a cell phone and smuggle it inside so they can hand it to Max or Rory in the middle of their putt. Max was walking him through the read on the putt before he hit it. No wonder he misread it because he's trying to do a fucking broadcast as he's playing in the Masters. This isn't, as Max said, Max said earlier when we were watching this, he goes, this isn't the fucking Fortnite Open here. Yeah. This is Augusta. You should not be doing a walk and talk.
Okay, so we have to talk to Max after this because I think, and I want to put this correctly because we're trying to stay positive about everything. He birdied the last hole. That's the only thing we should remember. But this is part of him being a slut. He can't say no. They're like, hey, Max, you want to get on the phone with us and talk us through every single one of your shots? You think if they asked Tiger that? You think if they asked Scotty that? They're like, fuck no, Max he likes to talk to people. He is probably the nicest guy on tour. And I mean that in a loving way. So we gotta harden him. He's gotta like hit a patron or something. Get a little edge to him.
He needs
with his fist, not a ball, with his fist.
Yeah. Maybe if you call him the P word, he might hit you.
He also Cam Smith being Max Homa's body double from behind fucked me up all day. Or Cam Young. Sorry, Cam Young. Cam Young, every time he went for a putt, I was like, oh shit, birdie putt. And they're like, fuck, that's not Max. So they gotta figure out, they're wearing too close to colors. Like, I don't even know if they're wearing the same color shirt, but their facial hair is the same, their hat. So we got to figure that out.
They need jerseys with their names on the back. That's what they need in golf. But shout out to whichever Cam that we're Cam Young. Cam Young. He's sponsored by Major League Baseball, which rocks. That's so cool. Grow the game. I appreciate what you're doing, Cam. I personally, if I was a golfer, I would try so hard to get sponsored by the NFL so it would feel like I was a football player when I was out there playing golf. That would rock. I do like seeing the MLB logo on his shirt. Also, big story of the day, Sam Bennett, the low amateur of the day. He's
amateur. Sorry, you said it wrong.
The amateur.
It's amateur at Augusta. It's amateur everywhere else. It's amateur at Augusta.
He should be sponsored by Pornhub. That'd be sick, guys. The low amateur should be sponsored. But he put together such a cool round. It would be so awesome if an amateur happened to win the Masters. I know it's probably never going to happen, but if it did, imagine the size of the GoFundMe that would occur shortly thereafter. Where like because he can't collect the prize money.
Can't you just go pro right before the 18th hole?
I would before your last putt.
Yeah, just be like, just kidding, joke. I'm pro now.
Look into the crowd and be like, is anybody here an agent?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I am a pro.
I'm professional.
I think they might like be like, hey, you want this money? And be like, no, I'm going to keep my amateur status. Fuck that.
Pro. We'll do a pizza party for Bennett if he wins.
I agree. Victor Hovland's shirt was awesome.
Yeah,
especially because he came out and shot a 7 under. I'm trying to think. Will Zalatoris withdrawing. We talked about it at the beginning, but that sucked a lot. We love Willie Z. Hope you get better, Willie Z. Can't have you hurt.
The golf course was the big loser today. Augusta,
well, it's coming back though. It's gonna show up.
It shows its teeth on the weekends when you have the traditional Sunday pin placements. That gets me going at the start of the day. They did drop earlier today when they dropped the pin location map. That was a big moment for me, just looking at how far those pins were from the edges of the green. I was thinking we should do our own map where we Photoshop fake pin placements and just really fuck with golf purists. Maybe on Sunday.
Put one of them in Atlanta.
Yeah, or like one in a sand trap.
Yeah, we should get Shane on that. Absolutely. From the Pardon My Take Twitter account, just tweeted out. Yeah.
We're
going to do that.
Put like a windmill on the azalea hole.
Yeah, just a couple subtle things there. Did you know, by the way, shout out Nick Costas, who does a great show. Did you know that the Masters this theme song has lyrics?
No, I didn't want to know that.
I didn't know that either. It has lyrics.
Are you getting? Is this a fool? Are you getting fooled?
No, it is dead serious. I mean, I'm looking at it right now from Golf Digest last year. The Masters has lyrics. Well, it's springtime in the valley on Magnolia Lane. It's the Augusta National and the master of the game. It goes on and on. Isn't this crazy?
It's a bar.
Augusta, it's you that I love, and it's you that I miss when I'm gone. It's the legions of Arnie's army and the Golden Bears throngs and the wooden shafted legend of Bobby Jones. It's more than that, but yeah, it has lyrics.
I love it. I love it.
I
would like
didn't
to
know.
do
It kind of ruined it for me though, being like, they should just drop in the lyrics once just to fuck with us. It would get everyone out of their nap.
Remix it with Ja Rule.
Yeah. Jake, we've got you. What were your thoughts on? I didn't like how you framed Max's round. You're like tough bogey on 17. No. Great birdie on 18. You're muted. He's frozen.
Jake looks like somebody just broke into his room and was about to kill him. Are you okay, Jake?
Nope. All right, that was Jake Marsh live from Florida.
Here's what Jake
That was a great report, Jake.
Going to say. He was going to say, I thought Max played great today. He played a great round, and I'm very proud of him. I thought all the golfers did good.
I'm
okay.
Listen,
rooting for the sport.
Our guys got to go on vacation. PFT ain't got to work. What are we going to do?
Somebody's got to keep the lights on. That's fine. I'm happy. Basically, Big Cat and I work so very hard so that everybody else on the show can take the vacations of their dreams.
Yes, exactly. Hank's out in San Diego looking at whales and shit. So yeah, we're here grinding. But yeah, in terms of first rounds at Augusta, at the Masters, I'm giving this one like a 4.8 out of 5 balls because you have big time guys at the top of the list. You have a bunch of like really good guys right below lurking. You had 2 rules controversies. You had Tiger sweating through his shirt doing a peep show. You had it all. It was great. And let me just say this. I know that everything is like supposed to be hunky-dory. They all went to the green jacket dinner. Phil didn't talk is what the reports are. It's very clear, though, that they're not showing. Like, Brooks was in the lead, and they weren't showing him. So they better start showing our guys.
It'd be great, though, if there was a serious showdown, like West Side Story on the 18th green. If Brooks wins, you got the live guys coming up, snapping their fingers behind him, threatening to, like, stab Rory. I would love to see that. Yeah, okay, Jake. Let's get your Masters recap.
Yeah, no, when we talked about Max earlier, we forgot to talk about that huge eagle on 16. So to go from 1 over to 1 under, I like the walk and talk. The fact that he had to keep the AirPod in the whole time was crazy, though. I would have thought he would have taken it out.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit. They massacred our boy. Look what they've done to our boy.
Yeah.
He needs to start hitting people.
Maybe not that far, but
No. I think he needs to start hitting maybe a cameraman. I don't know. Just start hitting people out of anger. Be a guy that no one wants to go up and ask to do something. Because I think that's the problem. Is Max is the guy everyone wants to hear from. He's very fun. Everyone wants to hear him talk. They go up and ask him and he can't say no. He needs to like slap someone in the face at some point. He needs to find his little mini Ellen DeGeneres streak where he just starts being mean to people.
Diva Homa is what they're calling him nowadays. Or just start pretending like he can only speak Italian. I cannot do the interview because I know speak the English. I'm so sorry.
And as for Brooks, you guys said hopefully he can make it 72 because he's used to 54. What about the mentality of it starts tomorrow and you're just playing 54?
Yeah, true. And we might have weather. We might have weather. It might go all the way to Monday, which I think I'm not okay with that.
If there's one round on Monday, I'm okay with it, but I also understand that we're talking from a place of privilege here.
Right.
Because we don't have real jobs where if you had a real job, I mean, it would be a great opportunity to steal some more time back from your employer. But a lot of people wouldn't be able to watch that. Although I'm sure that American businesses, we could just decide, like, give your employees a break. Let them close down.
Day after Easter. Come on. Be nice. Okay. Should we kick it to ourselves? We're back in studio. We got an awesome interview coming up with Swag Kelly. We talk a little NBA, NFL, and then Fyre Fest. So let's do it.
Quick word from our favorite ticketing place in the world, Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. It's created by fans for fans. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. It's possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. Summer concert season's coming up. Got some great shows. Go check out all your favorite. There's nothing better than a summer concert. I'll be seeing Dead & Company, probably their last tour ever. Baseball, playoffs coming up, hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs. It's going to be an incredible summer. The purchase process at Game Time takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds. And once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text so you can get into the game seamlessly. Skip the hassle and enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app or go to the website, enter your email, and redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download the Game Time app or go to the website, enter your email, and redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Thank you to Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Check them out today, and let's get some summer concerts going thanks to Game Time. Okay, we're back in studio. First time in what feels like forever. Billy.
What's up, guys?
Great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see Billy. Billy is activated full-on Kyle Trask mode with the goatee that he's got working right now.
Yeah.
Looks good, Billy.
Wait, did you shave your mustache?
I got a little carried away this morning. I started trim. And then, well, they talked to me. We do that hit on Pittsburgh radio every Thursday morning, and they started talking to me about mustaches, and I was like, yeah, my problem with my mustache, which I can grow one, but it just gets blonde at the outside, and it gets dark right in the middle of the mustache, and I don't know if you guys are history buffs or not, but there's a guy that's famous for having a mustache kind of like that.
Ron Jeremy? Okay.
Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin. Yeah. So I started to trim it today, and it just got out of hand. So we're clean shaven.
Billy, I like what you're trying to do, though. It's like Billy's first mustache.
I heard slimming of the face.
Oh, okay. You got problems with? Are you getting a little chunky?
Yeah, I'm getting a little chunky.
It does distract from the hives.
You know what you look
That's
like?
What we're going for.
You look like right now. My favorite time when hockey playoffs start, and there's that one guy on every team that's trying to grow a playoff beard and they can't.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby was like that for a long time,
and it's a brutal thing. If I were one of those guys, I would start growing my playoff beard in like February.
A pre-beard?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
like, oh, this thing? Oh, okay. I guess I might as well keep with it.
Sidney Crosby's facial hair was so bad for so long, it was classified as an upper body injury. It was just disgusting facial hair. I was convinced that the reason that the Caps never won the Stanley Cup until they did was because I just couldn't grow a playoff beard. It was like such shit.
It was all on you. All right. So we're back in studio. Should we talk a little sports? We have a couple things that we can touch on. First, the NBA playoffs are starting to form. It's starting to look a little bit clearer, and it's starting to feel like we're going to get what we all want, Sixers Celtics, potentially round 2. Mm-hmm. So the Bucks have gotten the 1 seed. They have clinched the 1 seed in the East, and the rest of the play-in game, that all looks like it's going to be figured out pretty clearly here. The Bulls are kind of stuck at 10. Celtics 2, Sixers 3, Cavs 4. How are we feeling, Max? Also, congratulations on Joel Embiid winning the MVP.
I don't care about the MVP.
But the game he had, MVP voters are like goldfish. It's just the last thing they saw. So he had the 52-point game against the Celtics on Tuesday night when we were in a travel day. He already felt like he was inching towards it, but I feel like that performance in a game against the Celtics was like, all right, officially Embiid's the MVP.
Yeah, he was an absolute animal. We were traveling, so I was only able to watch the last couple of minutes of the game. Almost absolute disaster to the end of that game. But, I mean, it's nice to see a stat line like that. That's like, it's crunch time. Embiid's getting ready to gear up for the playoffs, and if he can put up 52 performances, shooting 20 of 25 from the field, then I think we could be title contenders.
He is so good. Did you see that? It was a great anecdote that he learned how to play basketball by just searching white guys shooting threes. When he moved to America when he was like 15, 16 years old. And he's like, I just know that like there's always, when you go to a gym, there's always like a 30-year-old white guy wearing Everlast shorts who's just wet from three.
It's true.
It's
true. We are very, very good at just having good shooting form well into our 40s. In fact, like I don't even want Mark Titus to make me wet shooting threes anymore. I just want to have the perfect form of a jump shot, just like a silky smooth. And I feel like that's something that you have once you become a dad. I think you get better form when it comes to your 3-point shot.
Tuck in that elbow. Titus actually, there's a chance that Titus was one of the videos that Joel Embiid watched because he dropped his famous video when he was at Ohio State in 2010. The timeline matches up. Joel Embiid MVP because Mark Titus is good at basketball is the headline we're going with.
I'm searching right now, white guys shooting threes on YouTube. White guys shoot the best threes. Is it true? All deaf comedy. Yeah, if you watch this video, I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah. There's also the my favorite is the kind of fat guy who's really good at shooting from three, and it's like he's a little bit bigger. He probably should be playing closer to the basket, but he was such a good shooter growing up. And you get on the court and you're like, this guy's not going to do anything, and then he just hits every three, and you're like, fuck, he's that guy.
Yeah, it's always some dude that's rocking like 1980s headband. Usually like low top shoes, like Adidas Sambas.
And he's got a sick handle, and you're like, God damn it. How did this guy... Yeah, he basically was a sick basketball player in high school and then gained like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big T in our office.
He's sick from three?
Wet from three.
There you go. You wouldn't expect that.
I saw that.
Get down low, big man.
You guys put up like 93 points in your pickup game yesterday?
Yeah, we were going to go 100, but we were just killing the offensive rebounds.
Oh, wow.
And how many points did you have?
I had like 20.
Damn.
Sick.
Look at you.
Wait, so you're telling me that you guys had the biggest blowout performance of your team's entire season when Hank was on vacation, not at the game?
Look, some would say.
Addition by subtraction.
So
the Ewing theory, but for Hank.
So Embiid's going to win the MVP. The Sixers are going to get the 3 seed. In the West, LeBron finally made a loser graphic.
Yeah, congratulations, LeBron James. Our long national nightmare is over. The Lakers tweeted out a group picture of the Lakers, and LeBron was like in the background after a loss.
Yes, and the Clippers beat the Lakers late into the night, which actually is significant because it feels like the Lakers might now have to be in the play-in.
Yeah.
Which, great for ratings.
It is good for ratings.
It's actually the perfect thing for Adam Silver to be like, look, everyone loves the play-in game. It's like, no, we actually were just watching because we want to see if LeBron will make the playoffs.
We just want to see LeBron lose, let's be honest with you.
Yeah.
And they've got, they're probably going to go up against my Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And I like that matchup.
Yeah. Well, the Timberwolves are in the 9th spot right now.
Yep.
As of the talking. So they wouldn't go up. The loser of the Lakers Pelicans game would go up against the Timberwolves.
But things can still move around.
Yes, things can still move around, although there's only 2 games left. So next Tuesday is the official start of the playoffs. We're calling them the playoffs, right?
Play-ins.
The play-ins?
The play-ins.
Okay. Because I was trying to figure out if I wanted to make a T-shirt if the Bulls can somehow play their way into getting swept by the Bucks. Mm-hmm. Tough when Giannis is sitting and you still lose.
Well, the interesting situation you found yourself in is saying that they're not the playoffs if LeBron is in them.
Yeah.
And he loses.
I'm okay saying they're not the playoffs. I'm going to say it. That's not the playoffs because that's what owners want to tell their fan base when they make the 10th seed or the 9th seed. They're like, well, playoff appearance, that doesn't count. You have to play a 7-game series to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, if the T-Wolves do happen to make it out of the play-in, we should, however, make like back-to-back play-in tournament champions.
Although Pat Bev is going for his crown with the Bulls.
Play-in
champion.
Play-in P.
The play-in man. The only other thing I had for NBA is I just love that Jalen Brunson's injury. He's been like in and out of Knicks games. Every time he plays, he feels like he's incredible. But it's right hand maintenance. Right hand maintenance is what they call it when he sits out.
That's awesome.
I don't know what, like, is he going to get his nails done? I don't know what. Is he getting a massage? Right hand maintenance.
Right hand maintenance makes zero sense whatsoever.
Yeah. It does sound like a masturbation injury.
Well, I was going to say that, but it's also what Ben Simmons has been doing his entire career.
Yes, where he should be just going. It should be left hand. Well, no, he
should be doing left hand.
Yeah, he should be doing left hand maintenance
and just tying it behind his back and playing.
Yes. Okay. Other things. Mac Jones, Bill Belichick relationship feels bad.
Yeah. So Belichick has been shopping Mac Jones allegedly behind the scenes. Now, Hank's not here right now.
He has released a statement if you'd like me to read it.
Can I guess what his statement is?
Yes, go ahead.
This is fan fiction from Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk.
So that's part of it. So here's Hank's statement. Pre-Fyre Fest, Hank, as we were leaving Louisiana, we were leaving Houston. He's like, I'm going to play some more golf while we go work. He said, if you guys need me at all, just let me know and I'll hop on a Zoom. So I told him, hey, we need you because we want you to hop on the Zoom, talk about the Celtics getting the 2 seed and Mac Jones, and he said, oh, I can't.
Well, that's not fair, Big Cat, because you only gave him like 8 hours notice.
That's true. That is true. So here's the statement from one Henry Lockwood's desk. I'm going to read it as given. Mac Jones is my quarterback, and this is a media-driven narrative to try and create division within the most successful NFL franchise of the past 25 years. Everyone who watched the Patriots game last year knows the offense sucked and the play calling sucked, so I have no issue with Mac calling that out behind the scenes. And I think Belichick was mad at the principle of how Mac Jones went about communicating his issues and probably didn't have an issue with the complaints themselves. He spelled it themselves, considering they got rid of the OC and brought in someone who coached Mac in college. This will be a great coaching lesson for the young QB and ultimately bring him and Belichick closer together in the long run. They also aren't going to trade him. The only person who reported that was Mike Florio, who's one of the greatest fiction of the 21st century. I think he meant writer. Mike Florio himself is fiction. Actually, no, that probably is what Hank wanted to say.
Not real.
Mike Florio does not exist. Mike Florio is one of the greatest fiction of the 21st century and shouldn't be treated as a credible source when it comes to anything regarding the New England Patriots.
Okay.
So, pretty much.
Could have told you that's what, it's classic Hank, but I think that there's definitely, where there's smoke, there's fire. Maybe here's what's happening. Maybe since Josh McDaniels is just dead set on reinventing the New England Patriots out in the desert and just collecting all the old New England pieces and being like, you know what was good? The New England Patriots were really good the last 25 years.
Yeah.
Let's just reinvent them, except without Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Which is like if you went to go see The Whale and you're like, I love The Whale. I can't wait for the sequel. We got everybody except for Brendan Fraser.
Right.
So Tom Brady was probably a pretty big part of those Super Bowls.
I would say so.
So Belichick might be just being like, hey, maybe Josh will overpay for Mac Jones. I agree with Hank on part of his take that it's fan fiction because they listed the teams that were included and the Commanders were on that list. And let me just say, this is going to be Carson Wentz all over again if I have to watch Mac Jones.
Yes, it's the rare case where I do believe, even though Mike Florio does not exist, he is fiction.
He's Dove Kleinman.
I do believe the reporting because it all just makes sense. Mac Jones, how many times did we say it last year? He got absolutely screwed. It was his second year, a very big developmental year, and you have Matt Patricia and Joe Judge calling your plays. Mac Jones basically did the thing where he was like, oh, my dad can't give me great advice. I'm going to go to my uncle or someone outside of the building who can tell me, am I thinking about this correctly? Apparently, that's a very disloyal move to Bill Belichick, which I get. But also, Bill Belichick caused this problem by hiring Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. Mm-hmm. So I really do think Mac Jones has kind of been fucked with to a level that's really not fair to him. Like I don't know if he's going to end up being a good quarterback. I just know that what happened in year 2 did not help his progression.
No, it was quite the opposite. He stunk, and part of it was on him because he did make some bad throws, but the offense was just it was very bad. If I know Bill Belichick, he won't tolerate a quarterback who has an outside person helping him with things related to football inside the building. Yes. That just will never fly in New England.
No, definitely not. What you got, Billy?
I do think Mac Jones would be amazing in a Shanahan offense.
Ooh, that's everyone, though.
Yeah,
that's literally every quarterback. But I agree.
I think he was the best game manager of his draft class, and like better than Brock Purdy could be a game manager.
What quarterback wouldn't be good in Kyle Shanahan's offense?
So I've given this some thought before. The only one I can think of is the one that said that Kyle called him last year. Big Ben.
Big Ben, yeah.
Big Ben would be awful.
I think Carson Wentz probably would still be bad.
Yes, he would. He would definitely be bad. He'd be bad everywhere.
He would just do weird rollouts and shit that were not part of the offense. But I really do think there's not many quarterbacks that wouldn't flourish in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Maybe, yeah. I was going to say, like, Dak Prescott probably flourished there.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston would be awesome, I think, in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Definitely.
Zach Wilson
probably would not.
Yeah.
Maybe Trey Lance.
Yeah. Maybe Trey Lance might not work out. What about Mahomes in Kyle Shanahan's offense?
I think it would just be like the same thing with the McCaffrey trade where it's like, yeah, you don't need Mahomes for Kyle Shanahan's offense, but if you got it, it would just be supercharged to another level.
I don't think there's enough checkdowns in it for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's true. The checkdown king.
Yeah, I don't actually think Mahomes would do that well in it.
I think he would.
I love this take. I love this take, Billy.
I think it's too structured for Mahomes' play style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, he is Patrick Mahomes. So it would be like, hey, let's run the structured plays and then do the Patrick Mahomes plays, and we're awesome.
Also, the offense that he runs in Kansas City, they do call plays for him, and they're structured.
No, they
plays.
never have. Right. Never have.
Patrick Mahomes,
they never have.
They just roll a ball out there.
Yeah.
But they let him cook more often than not.
They do let him cook. That is a fact.
I actually think Deebo Samuel would work as a quarterback in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Yes, absolutely.
Christian McCaffrey would work as a quarterback.
Kyle Juszczyk would
In fact,
work.
anybody on that roster except for Josh Johnson would work.
Yeah, I think any of us in this room could probably put up 100 yards. Wouldn't be great passing. Wouldn't be the most efficient passing.
I could have.
But you just throw the guy that's open.
I could have at least 45 yards passing. Yeah, no joke.
And they're just, and we're saying this. It's not joking because 40 of the 45 yards would just be throwing to Deebo Samuel that's 2 yards away from you.
Yeah, it would be like one of those belly pops. Yeah,
yeah, right. Billy, do we have any update on Aaron Rodgers?
That was going to be my Fyre Fest. It's been 22 days, and it's kind of getting worried.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, is it really going to happen? Now there's rumors of other teams like, talking to Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, imagine Aaron Rodgers and Kyle Shanahan's offense.
It's like when you ask a girl to a dance and then she says yes, but then like there's been no follow-up for like 3 weeks and like the dance is coming pretty soon. It's like, hey, wait a second.
Like what time am I picking you up?
Other people have been asking you to the dance and it's kind of like, whoa.
Is this happening?
Yeah, I don't know. There's getting no text back.
I do think Aaron fucked over the the Packers big time by announcing his intention to go to New York, because now the Jets can really take that into account when factoring what they're going to trade for him. They can be like, yeah, you know what? We realize that Aaron has you over a barrel right now, so we're just going to say we'll give you a second-round pick for him, and then make the Packers say no to it.
I hear that it has to do with stuff after the draft. They want the draft to happen.
Yeah, it feels like Lamar and Rodgers are going to be after the draft.
People want to see where they're going to be in the offseason, and that's when the real negotiations are going to start.
Well, and also you don't want to give up a first or second round pick this close to the draft.
Yeah.
When you've circled a bunch of guys and you're like, hey, we have a good draft board.
Mike Florio,
fiction.
He's writing some fiction.
If he even exists.
He's been weighing in on this as well. Actually, you know what? The big news is Mike Greenberg. He went on Pat McAfee's show and he said that if Aaron Rodgers does not get traded to the Jets, Mike Greenberg will say the F word on the air. And he's never sworn on the air in his career.
Poor Jake.
At that point, I'm out on Greeny.
Yeah.
I'm out on Greeny. I can't watch him after that. He's too perfect right now.
He also said if they go to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, just go to it, he would swear.
Greeny just wants to cuss, I think. I don't like that. Greeny's turned into a bad boy.
It would be funny if we just had Jake swear nonstop after. It'd be like, well, all my heroes are doing it.
Yep.
So this is just how it is. All right. Anything else? Anything else in the sports world?
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Gave his list of guys he would want to be an understudy for. And it's funny because most of them were alumni of his camps.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what was the list?
Well, he said he could start. There wasn't 32 guys better than him in the NFL, and then he gave a list.
He's
of
just
guys
reading
like
Matthew Berry's tweet.
Malik Willis, even Sam
Howell.
guy, Sam Howell.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird list. Deshaun Watson also was like the number one guy he'd want to be backup for.
Okay.
Yeah,
Says he admires him.
Wasn't there a player at Cam Newton's camp that like cussed him out or talked shit to him a couple years ago?
Yeah,
was that guy on the list?
I don't think so.
It does sound like he's promoting his camp or trying to get to a place where he's going to be able to play.
I feel like if you were like, hey, here's who I want to back up, I would just pick the guys that are never going to lose their starter job. Because being a backup quarterback would rule.
Yeah.
I would like to back up Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen.
Imagine Cam Newton in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Ooh.
That would work, I think.
Of course it would.
Yeah,
Everyone
it would definitely work.
Everyone would work.
I saw RG3 referred to it as a manifesto that he gave when you're dropping a manifesto, it's never good.
No.
You're
It's
planning on
usually
like
a shooting.
you've been caught
involved.
blowing something
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
besides
exactly.
two franchises.
That's not good. You know who wouldn't work in Kyle Shanahan's office? Russell Wilson.
Agreed.
Because he can't throw over the middle. He's too short.
Agreed.
I think actually that would be the answer. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Cam Newton trying to get back in somewhere.
I mean, I think he was trying to give off the idea that he wouldn't be a threat to the starter with this like statement, trying to be humble, but it was like the most least humble statement of all time.
Cam Newton should just honestly remember that lame joke when Tom Brady was suspended for 4 games. Everyone's like, Tom Grady showed us up.
Yeah,
it's a mustache on him. Imagine if Cam Newton just went in the combine again and said he was 22 years old. He would everyone would be blown away.
Nam Cooten.
Yeah, there it is. Let's do it. I would draft him. Everyone would.
I would. Did you see that one throw that he had? He put up one of those off-platform cross-body throws in his workout.
Do it. Get
He'd
back
hit
in
the
the
ceiling.
draft. Tiger's struggling. +3.
Tiger.
Not good.
I watched a lot of Tiger Woods highlights last night, just old rounds of his. I watched the entire recap of him versus Rocco Mediate. We should get Rocco on the podcast at some point because everybody was rooting so hard for him, and he almost stared down Tiger Woods on it was 36 holes where he went shot for shot with him. And the announcers at the time, they were like, this guy looks like he should be cleaning Tiger Woods' pool. They were just so mean to him the entire time. And Rocco was like, yeah, I was trying to beat that fucking guy. He sounds like a good dude.
He would have been a legend for that. Okay, should we get to our interview? Speaking of guys trying to get back in the league, I'll say it right now. Our Chad Kelly interview was phenomenal. I had so much fun talking to him. It was so much like one of those interviews that we didn't know how it was going to go. I'm a Chad Kelly fan for life, and I will back that guy up no matter what.
He gave a manifesto too.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
He can do it. He loves ball. And I think we talked about it after, but we're going to try to do something this season where Chad, maybe a little YouTube clip every single week where he comes on just for YouTube where he breaks down his best throw of the week.
Mm-hmm. What should we call it? Virgin versus Chad?
Shooting it with Chad?
Shooting it with Chad.
Hanging Chad?
Yeah. Swagaholics.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. And we just get all this. We like wear swag. Mm-hmm. We just wear sick clothes when we do it.
Yeah.
Swagaholics. Yeah.
Gunslinging?
Gunslinging with Chad Kelly?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Don't take our guns away with Chad Kelly.
Breaking in to the mind of a quarterback?
Yeah. What about good guy with a gun? Chad Kelly?
Yeah. Oh, I like that one.
We got some stuff to work with.
We like Chad though. Chad's he's a good guy, and he's definitely mentally he's there. He's like
strong.
He's committed to studying film, and you can tell he still gets it.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's kick it to our interview with Chad Kelly in studio. Before we get to Swag Kelly, quick word from our friends at Simply Safe. Who's planning to do some spring cleaning this year? Dust those hard-to-reach places. Clean out that closet. You know the one I'm talking about. Well, here's my advice. Clean your house and then protect every inch of it with Simply Safe Home Security. I recommend it to everyone. Simply Safe is designed with cutting-edge technology and backed by 24/7 professional monitoring. In an emergency, agents use Fast Protect technology only from Simply Safe to capture critical evidence and verify the threat is real so you can get priority police dispatch 24/7 professional monitoring service costs under $1 a day, less than half the price of traditional home security systems. You can lock and unlock your doors, access your cameras, and arm and disarm your system from anywhere. CNET named SimpliSafe Editor's Choice for 2023. So make sure you're protecting your home, your loved ones with SimpliSafe. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplisafe.com/PMT. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off your order with interactive monitoring. That's simplisafe.com/PMT. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. simplisafe.com/PMT. Make sure you're protecting your loved ones and your home with SimpliSafe. Okay, here he is, Swag Kelly. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Chad Swag Kelly in the office, in studio. Are we still doing swag? Let's start there. Or is this a new, because this is the start of comeback season. We want to see you in the NFL. Are we thinking about maybe ditching swag and just going Chad Kelly?
Yes, because I don't own the rights anymore.
What? You lost the rights to your nickname?
Who took Swag Kelly from you?
The international marketing guy, like 5-6 years ago, said that, we're going to trademark this. And I was like, no, you're not. I'm going to do it. And so I did it. And then I was like, I kind of want to get away from it, whatever. And then, it expired.
Oh, you let it lapse, yeah.
And now he is the owner of it.
Damn.
What is he going to do with it? You can't own Swag Kelly if you're not Swag Kelly.
It's like stock. He's holding on to it until you get back in the NFL. Then you buy it back from him because it's worth a lot more money. I did the same thing with RG3. He had No Pressure, No Diamonds trademarked, and he let that lapse. And so then I bought that trademark out from under him.
It's an easy way to make money.
Yeah. It's like a patent troll thing.
Exactly.
But I think that swag should come back in the future. But I'm guessing now you're good enough to be a starter in the NFL. We've said that on the show.
That's love. Appreciate
probably
it.
thousands of times. But my guess is you'll probably have to work your way back being a backup. Chad Kelly is a backup. You can't have a backup named Swag because that's like too threatening to the starting quarterback.
Right.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
Right. Everyone sees Swag and they're like, this guy's coming for my job. So,
and that's a real thing, though. If I've spoken to, obviously, an offensive coordinator who was in the CFL. He was my offensive coordinator and quarterback coach in Indy. And he was like, look, a lot of teams don't want a threatening backup.
Right.
That's going to take the starter's job. They want the starter to feel comfortable, which I get it. But you got to still be able to push the starter. Otherwise, how are you getting better, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, there's a I guess, a median.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle. So all right, so you win the Grey Cup, was phenomenal. We had you on after that. And now going into this next season, is it fully NFL or bust, or are we thinking, because unfinished business, you gotta defend your title, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
how is this gonna all play out? Because we do want to see you back in the NFL, but back-to-back Grey Cup's pretty cool too.
Yeah, no doubt. You gotta just win right now, right? And if I go out and do what I was meant to do, is to play football at a high level, right, and score touchdowns and win games, right? So if we go back-to-back championships, they can't really hold you back from the NFL. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want to be back in the CFL as well, right?
Right.
It's a great game. Obviously, the defense is yard off the ball, so it's a little easier. There's guys running full speed 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. You're like, all right, this DB sitting at 7 yards. No way he can outrun my wide receiver,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think that you're good enough to play in the NFL right now. I think that you've kind of been humbled for the last couple of years. You've had like an up and down stretch. You were drafted. You got to the Broncos. I think everybody at the time, and especially Billy, our resident draft scout, he said that you were the most talented quarterback in that draft.
He did.
No doubt.
From a physical standpoint. So I think you've got the skills. Maybe we need to work on a rebrand just to like make it so that a GM would be like, this guy could be a backup quarterback on my team. Like get you dressed in like Brooks Brothers suits, looking like Eli Manning or something like that.
Yeah.
that's real though, and that's kind of what they are wanting to see, right?
Yeah.
And going back to before the draft, 5-6 years later, whatever it's been, I remember going to Seattle on a top 30 visit with Mahomes, and Mahomes was right there, and it's the first time I ever met him, and he goes, "Hey Chad, that one pass you threw against Georgia, how the hell did you do that?" I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Yo, that was the greatest play I've ever seen." Greatest play he's ever seen. And he was like, yo, that was incredible. And he was like, I wish I could do that. I was like, yo, I appreciate you, man. That was awesome.
See, this is how we get the resume going. We also need to mention.
All right, well, here we go. I'll give you another one.
Yeah.
The week that I played one snap in the NFL, a kneel down, right, against the Los Angeles Rams. Case Keenum had got knocked out, whatever. I don't know. He laid on the ground a little long, and then they brought him out. And then I went in, and Aaron Donald goes, hey, Chad, you should be starting, not the other guy. He's like, you're good. You should play. And that's the only way you guys are going to win is if you play.
Yeah. You're
and I walked out. I was like, yo, is that really Aaron Donald that just did that?
Uh-huh.
And it was. So.
Chad Kelly is your favorite quarterback's favorite quarterback.
Yeah.
How about that? Like the people that know the game, like us and Aaron Donald, I would consider us to be like on the same level in terms of football experts. We know ball when we see it.
Oh, I'm watching this Georgia pass. Is the one where you almost get sacked and you throw it like 50 yards down the middle of the field?
Yep.
That was sick. Yep. Patrick Mahomes probably watches that as like, someday I want to grow up and be like Chad Kelly.
Well, I couldn't believe it. And now
that is very cool. Like, if anything, let's just say it doesn't work out. Like, just being like, Patrick Mahomes, who could be eventually the greatest quarterback of all time, was like, that was a sick pass, and I wish I could do that.
And now look what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's doing that every week.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
So, all right, so part of the comeback season, because we're all in. We're gonna push the Chad Kelly narrative. We got to obviously address the things that went wrong. How much did it suck to get arrested in the Halloween costume? Because that part, it's the Halloween costume that, like, did you look down after and you're like, oh, fuck, if I was just wearing a T-shirt, this would be better. What were you dressed as, Woody?
Honestly, I don't even know what I was dressed as. I had a girlfriend at the time, and we literally were scrambling to go out, to find some. We went to like 4 different places. I'm like, fuck it, just put on whatever, and here we go. And then a boy comes over. He's having fun. He's like, all right, come on, let's have fun tonight. And I was like, bro, I'm so tired, and I'm exhausted because I just flew from I remember the whole week, and I think a big part of it is mental, right? Because that's not who I am, right? I'm not walking into nobody's house. Like, come on. Let's be honest.
Right.
And so, I was so exhausted at that point in moment that I wasn't thinking clearly, doing anything clearly smart. And it was like I was traveling from Denver to Arizona on a Thursday, came back from the game, right? And here's another story. I'll tell you another story. You want to hear a wild story?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Demaryius Thomas. I remember and this is the same week. It's all the same week. On Thursday, we played in Arizona. We were up by like 30 or 45. Pat Pete got an interception right after halftime, whatever. And then we were up by 30, 45 points. And I remember sitting on the bench, coach. I was right there. The quarterback coach was right there, and Case Keenum was right next to me. And coach goes, hey, I'm going to put Chad in the game right here to finish it out, right? We're blowing him out. He's like, fuck no, so the crowd can chant his name? And I was like, damn, all right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so then I go over, stand by the sideline where DT and Emmanuel are, and they were like, hey, you're going in, right? I was like, nope. He was like, what you mean? I was going to go in for you. So then, the level of pay at the end of the year would be higher because if you're on the field with people that make more money, you get more money.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, what a good dude that is, first of all.
Yeah.
And then the second, damn, all right, I just wanted to play.
Right, right. Yeah. And then get that shot. So then you fly back to Denver.
So then I fly back to Denver.
Put on your Woody costume.
Well, I had a girl waiting there that I hadn't seen in 6 years, my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I hadn't seen her in 6 years. So I'm staying up till like 6 a.m. Like,
nice.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be a big dog. I got money now. Hey, let's get on a first class ticket to Charlotte to go watch my brother play football. And so we flow from all the way there. Then the next day we come back. Then that day, it was on a Sunday that Vaughn was like, hey, come over to my house. We'll watch some of the football games, and then we're going to go to Golden State versus Denver. And so we're sitting on the floor, and, drinks are going. I'm like, damn, we got practice tomorrow in the morning. And so, it turns out after the game, then we go out to eat. It's a late night. I'm with her, whatever. And then the next day, we got practice early. And so practice is from 8 to whatever, I don't know, 4. And then I get out of practice. I'm like, yo, I'm exhausted. I'm telling her I need to go to sleep. Like, I don't even know if I can do anything. She's like, I didn't come all this way, just to sit here. I'm like, damn. So now I had to, reevaluate some things. And I'm like, hey, I'm a big dog. I can make it. Next thing you know, you're not thinking clearly. You're getting reactive rather than thinking. And shit like that happens. So now you learn and you cut those distractions out, and it's about developmental things, and I develop things that I know I can and can't do.
Yeah. And the Halloween costume really was what the story was.
Yeah.
If it was just a
funny.
regular, right, exactly.
It's Toy Story, right?
Yeah, I think you were Woody. Yeah.
That's actually a pretty wholesome thing.
Yeah, right. To explain it, because that is very. That's what the internet does. We see a headline, we go after it. Oh my God, Chad Kelly Halloween costume. But when you explain it, obviously not justifying, going to someone else's house. Doubt. It was a mistake. But like the lead up of all the traveling and the tired and everything, people fuck up.
Yep.
It happens.
And honestly, who amongst us hasn't accidentally gone in the wrong door?
Right.
One night, late at night somewhere.
As podcasters, we have to stand with that because our brethren have sometimes made mistakes.
That's
like
right.
That.
Yeah. So solidarity.
What are you going to say, Billy? Billy, by the way, is so excited for this interview. He was like geeking out when Chad came in.
I love it.
Yeah.
I blame residential development.
Okay. Nice.
The houses are too uniform.
McMansions. Yeah.
They need to make the houses look different because it's unfair.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's
well,
a fact.
if they didn't have a ring camera, we wouldn't have got caught either.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true.
Where did those come about?
So Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
Come on, Jeff.
John Elway probably ran into a bunch of
I got a
houses.
story about Jeff Bezos.
Oh, go on.
So the chef that was cooking for me in Indianapolis, I won't say his name. Anyways, he was supposed to be Jeff Bezos' chef, and he was like, okay, what does he want me to do? And he's like, all right, you have to make 11 meals at each setting, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so he can pick from a menu. And then he goes, what is he going to do with the rest? Oh, we're just going to throw it out. He said, hell no. I'm not cooking for him.
I like that.
I like the chef. I stand with the chef.
I stand with the chef. But that is kind of a baller move.
I mean,
it's just like walk down a line and be like, "All right, I don't want this."
It's kind of like supervillain move.
Yeah,
that's something that you would see in a cartoon as a kid of like the guy that's trying to blow up the world. He just makes people make him meals, and there's poor people like outside of his house begging, like, "Can I at least take a piss break or something, Mr. Bezos?" And he's just throwing out a dump truck,
tossing the lobster tail. Yeah,
gross.
No, thank you.
Tail, right?
I didn't want lobster for lunch.
Chad, I was wondering, can we go back because like when we had you on the show earlier. We were talking about the Grey Cup. We were talking about your career. I want to talk about like coming up as Chad Kelly when you were being so highly recruited out of high school. Like, when did you know that you were different?
When I threw the ball 71 yards as a 14-year-old.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I think growing up, it was obviously very cool, right? But my dad is all brothers, right? And so they all just used to beat up on each other. And, they'd tell, hey, if you got the athletic ability, you got the work ethic, you're going to get to the NFL. It doesn't matter about off-the-field stuff, right? And so just growing up, I was like, all right, I'm going to have a hard-ass mentality, and I went to an all-guys school. So, growing up, it was just like football, 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 football. And essentially, I got to a point where it was just like, oh, at 9 years old, he ran for 265 yards on, 6 carries, 3 touchdowns, and he's the best player out here.
Wait, is that a real stat line?
That is a real stat line.
Okay. Can you say it again?
9 years old?
8 or 9 years old.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to...
Okay, I remember against Newport,
Okay.
Lewiston Porter. And it was 265 yards on 6 carries, 3 touchdowns.
All right, so you were averaging...
This is like playing on rookie mode.
And I have a proclamation. I got my own day named after me at 9 years old in New York State.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I have it in my room still. And it's in Byron Brown, who's still the mayor of Buffalo today, gave me my own day because I won the pump, pass, and kick. And I did.
You did 4 times, right? You won 4 years in a row, pump, pass, and kick.
If only we could pull a video from there.
Dude, what was there a point where you're like, I'm kind of bored with the competition? Like you were just dominating punt, pass, and kick.
Dude, my dad, shout out to my dad, like I remember going to the Bills games growing up because I went to every Bills game, right? And, I'd be able to be in the locker room with the guys, whether it was on the field, off the field, whatever. And so one day I was like, Dad, how did those guys get on the field like that? And I was at 8 years old, I believe. And he was like, oh, that's pump, pass, and kick. You got to work really hard to get there. I'm like, well, shit, let's do it. And so every day he was on my ass like, Chad, you got to throw, you got to punt, you got to kick. And it was every single day for like 8-9 years straight. It was rain, sleet, snow, shine. And my dad got me a moped to be able to go like a mile away to use the local field. And I had a bag of balls, and I just carried my way there and, punted, pass, and kick by myself.
And a dynasty, 4 years in a row. What stadium did you like? Because don't you progress in it?
Yeah.
And then you do the championship. Where were the championships?
Two were in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Surprising.
Yeah.
One was in Pittsburgh. One was in I don't know, San Diego.
That's awesome.
Kansas City was my first year.
Okay.
And so my uncle introduced it, like the award to me, and it was like, oh, like, is this really an award?
Yeah. Right, because it's his nephew right there.
Yeah.
But, no, but you
you
dominated.
won that shit.
Yeah, you won.
They measure it. It's a measurement of statistics.
Yeah, one try.
So how far were you passing? How far were you punting? How far were you kicking?
I remember at age 9, my dad was like, it's about consistency. And it was like 30 yards straight. I literally went 30, 30, 30 on everything at 9 years old, and I won the whole thing. And I was like, okay, cool. So the next year it was like, all right, I got to get like 6 or 7 more yards. And then, it was always in between that I didn't make it because I was a year younger.
Yeah.
And so then I always wanted at the top of my age group, and it was always like, oh, now I'm at 40. Now I'm at 50. Oh, now I'm at like 60, 70. And I remember the one time I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to win today. I'm seeing this kid punt the ball like 70 yards, kick the ball like 70. He goes up the pass, throws like 15 yards. Nerd. I'm like,
that's a nerd.
Got it.
I'm winning.
Another win.
So then you start getting recruiting. How did that go? Were your family involved in that?
So actually growing up, I was getting recruited by Joe Pa at Penn State, right?
Okay.
And I was living in Pennsylvania, and I remember, when I went to go visit the one time, he came up, God rest his soul, but he came up, shook my hand, and he didn't shake anybody else's hand. And so I felt like immediate, like, oh, man, he really wants me. And he literally walked right out the tunnel, straight to me, shook my hand, went on the field, didn't shake no other recruit's hand. So I was like, man, I really want to go here. And then all of a sudden, all that stuff happened.
Yep.
And so then, then I move up to Buffalo because, things transpired in Pennsylvania. And then kind of, just things kept going, the right way. I kept on, getting better, and there wasn't much to it. It's just like every regular recruiting, it was I think Western Michigan first, second was like Florida State, and then third was, I don't know, Alabama. And then all of a sudden I was like, all right, well, this kid's going somewhere.
Yeah.
So
you went to Clemson for a year, and then you played for Hugh Freeze, and that was like those Ole Miss teams were so much fun. It's crazy. You're the only Ole Miss quarterback to ever beat LSU, Auburn, and Alabama in the same season, which is pretty nuts. But like that whole ride, that year, I know obviously your senior year you had an injury, but it must have been so exciting to have, especially a SEC program that hasn't had a ton of success. Like you're going in and beating the big dogs.
Yeah. I remember, because I went to junior college, right? And so like when I was at Clemson, the day I left, I got an instant message or DM by Coach Freeze, and he's like, hey, go to East Mississippi, you're coming here. I was like, all right, that's a done deal. I'm going here. I'm going to go play in the SEC. I'm going to go have fun in the best conference. And so I remember, getting to Ole Miss, and, obviously the recruiting was super fun, and, obviously, back then everything was not legal, but somehow it's all legal now, which I can't make.
You would have made so much money in the NIL.
Yeah.
You would have. You obviously think about that, right?
Yeah, and there's some there is some things in the works, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe some people should get compensated, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It might happen, might not. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, playing at Ole Miss, I mean, that was the best time of my life. I actually should say the first 3 weeks of Clemson was the best time of my life, and then the whole time I was at Ole Miss was the best time of my life.
So my favorite Chad Kelly play was at Ole Miss. It's against Alabama. You know the one I'm about to show you?
I would assume so.
This one is just a wild football play.
Yeah.
You want to narrate this?
So, all right, so pause it right here.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd and 2, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a stack receivers up top. You see them just above the screen?
Yep.
All right, so that's Laquan. And I remember me and Laquan had worked every single day for that week. We're like, yo, we're going to get man coverage at some point in the game. We're going to have to throw a fade, and we're going to complete it. We probably threw 250 after practice fade balls, right? And so he was like, yo, whenever when in doubt, just throw it up to me. Mm-hmm. And so I was going to throw it right away because the corner is probably like 8-9 yards off, and then the nickel is out wide, and he's probably, pressed on the ball, whatever he is. And I was like, all right, I'm going to throw it no matter what.
Yeah.
And I was going to throw it. If the ball was perfect, I'm throwing the ball, and we're getting, first down.
Chad Kelly, he has a photographic memory. That's what it sounds like to me.
He could read a defense when you were 12 years old, right?
All right, here we go.
Even younger.
Whoa.
All right, so up in the air.
All goes to hell.
And then just up in the air, bounce.
And that's exactly how you drew it up.
Shout out to Quincy. Oh, man.
And then he's gone.
Yeah, that was a surreal moment.
Yeah, beating Alabama. I mean, it doesn't happen often, especially during that run that they had.
Yeah, obviously they had some fantastic players, fantastic coaches. That's why I think Coach Kiffin's still salty at me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because he was at Alabama then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we got to mend that relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we have Ben Mintz is the #1 Ole Miss fan in the world, so he essentially coaches the team. So I think we can figure that out.
Yeah. How many NFL teams do you think you could start for now? Now that you're back training, I know that you said when you came on the show a while ago, I think you said half of them. Are we still standing by that?
Well, let's put it this way. I wanted to start a podcast 5 months ago. I was a coach 2 years ago, right, for a junior college team, East Mississippi, where I went to junior college at, and we went 9-1, right? And I learned a lot of football from Phillip Rivers, Andrew Luck, Nick Sirianni, Frank Reich, Mike McCoy, Bill Musgrave, Case Keenum, Brock Osweiler. There's so many quarterbacks that I learned so much from. And I was like, man, what makes the difference between a great quarterback where he's getting $200 million plus guaranteed and a guy who's, on his rookie deal or, a guy who's playing for minimum wage or, just a below average salary? It's the ability to read down the field progressions and be able to deliver a great ball in tight man coverage. If you can throw a deep 20-yard in and read the progression from right to left without getting sacked or having to move off your, platform, that it's not a perfect, position, right, in the pocket, can you complete that? And I can honestly say that I believe I can read that at that progression and deliver a ball that is going to be completed. And
it's interesting you say that because I do think I think it's starting to happen a little bit in the NFL where those deep passes, people are starting to realize those are, the way the NFL has gone, having a 70% completion percentage, a lot of guys can do.
Yeah.
But it's the making the game changing throws that differentiates. It's why Anthony Richardson's being talked about in a different way right now going into the draft. His completion percentage accuracy wasn't that great in college, but he has that ability to make those deep throws, and teams will take a chance on him.
And I think you're exactly right. I mean, that's what it comes down to. If the way when I was training before, I was training with a guy named Steve Fairchild, and he told me a statistic when he was with Phillip Rivers, and he said that I'm training you to be an off-platform quarterback. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, not everything's going to be perfect. Out of 500 throws, or out of 1,500 throws, dropbacks, right, that he had, Phillip Rivers only went to his first or second read 500 times. So think that's 33%, 30% of all the times he dropped back. So every other time it was always someone else. So he's going from 1 to 1 to 1, and he has to move around in the pocket.
Right.
And so that's a different thing if a guy can move in the pocket and has good feet and, sits back on his back foot enough to be able to have enough power to drive through the throw. That's what's going to make a great quarterback.
Yeah.
I personally, from a coach's perspective, when I was a coach, that's what I wanted to see for my quarterbacks.
So you mentioned the coaching. So let's just say, let's say 5 years from now, you get back in the NFL, you play a little bit, maybe you're in the CFL as well. Yeah. But would you say football is life forever? Like this is going to be something, whether you're not playing, maybe you're coaching, like you want to do this for the rest of your life?
I got a little taste of it when I was in junior college, right? And it's still junior college. But at a point where I was waking up at 8 and leaving at 11:30. And I'm talking about college kids. Like, do they really give a shit? They don't want to be here. They're all in, junior college for a reason, right? And it was a point where I go, these kids aren't even watching film. I remember when I was here, I was at least coming in every day to watch film. And I was like, these kids don't really care. So would I want to be on a higher level to have a guy that is wanting to be the best?
Right.
Yes, for sure. But it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a ton of work.
It is.
And that junior college that you went to, that was Last Chance U, right?
Yep.
Eastern Mississippi?
Yep.
Yeah, so that was before they started filming, I think, right? Like maybe the year or two?
Yes, but I was a coach 2 years ago there.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so what's that like being in and around Last Chance U? Like, are the cameras in the way? Are kids going to school there now because they know of Last Chance U and they want to get on TV?
It's hard to say. I think there's a lot more guys now that feel entitled. Like, oh, I'm at Last Chance U, I should get these offers. Well, whatever you're putting out on film is what a coach is going to offer you.
Right.
Not just because you're here and, hey, coach, you got to get me here. I can only do so much.
Yeah, I feel like with Last Chance U now, since it's become such a big thing, maybe some kids are like, I finally made it once they get to Last Chance U. That's like their I made it moment, and not realizing that that's the very start of the journey that they have to go on.
Exactly. Yeah, and to be honest, a lot of it's mental, right? I mean, when I was there was no Dollarama. There literally was 2 gas stations, and one of them was open till 10 o'clock. The other one was open till like midnight.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do when, school's only from Monday to Thursday. So now you got the whole weekend. So what about the kids that are out-of-state players, Obviously they're a little bit more better and have chances to go farther. But, as a player, mentally there is very difficult.
Yeah. So you mentioned all those football coaches you had, and you throw in Hugh Freeze, maybe even Dabo. What one coach has given you the best piece of advice, or something that you just always sticks in your head?
Probably Bill Musgrave, honestly.
Okay.
And he was John Elway's backup with Kubiak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back when they were really good. And it was don't pass one to take one, which means it's okay to take the fat chick in the flats.
Yep.
Don't you don't have to pass her.
Right.
Just take her.
Right.
You just gotta see one win.
Right. Yeah, because those throws are there, and guys sometimes just forget about it.
And that, it's not sexy. It's not a sexy throw, but what's going to happen? Defense is going to start coming up. Now you get it over the top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
That's good advice.
And if you watch it, Aaron Rodgers, he does a very good job at that. He dinks, he dunks. Now it's the deep ball, and now it's getting completed. Yeah.
Right.
So,
did you get any calls from the 49ers last year? Once they had all their quarterbacks start to go? No one? That's bullshit. They called Big Ben.
I know.
And they
Big Ben's a good dude.
Is it,
Yeah, he's a very solid guy.
He's
a very solid guy.
He's
hang
always
out with
injured, but yeah.
Yeah.
I've never hung out with him, but, I've obviously have spoken to him, and he's a very solid guy.
Mm-hmm. So, are there teams right now that are, obviously the draft kind of changes everything, because teams are going to draft their quarterbacks, and that takes away some more spots. But where are you at in terms of conversations? I don't know, your agent or whatever.
So I didn't have an agent. I had an agent back in, I don't know, whatever, when I came out. Guy offered me so much stuff, and I was like, I can't not take it.
Right.
And then, coming to realize, guys, there's a lot of money being passed around under the table. If you don't know that, there is. And, it happens through certain agencies, the bigger ones, obviously can throw a little bit more here and there for, if the GM is represented by this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy on the same team, well, why wouldn't we just take this guy?
Right.
It makes it easier for all of us.
Right.
And so I just think it's kind of weird with agencies now, man. It seems like it's about – it's kind of sad.
Right. So
it's a soft spot right now.
Have you gotten an agent?
Yeah. I have a very good one. It's more of a marketing agent kind of that's doing a little bit more. He's fantastic. He's got me to this position right now. Obviously I was on a shit contract and still am on a it's not a shit contract, but it's all incentive based, right? And guys want, guaranteed money. Guys want, a base salary. You shouldn't want to just hit the incentives. You want to make more, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think I have some good people that are in the works right now. We've talked to the Cleveland Browns and the Panthers recently, and people have been talking, obviously, but they don't want to pull that trigger. They don't want to go a step ahead and go, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, there are probably some GMs that are listening to this podcast right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
So shout out to the GMs. You want to
bring me in?
Yeah.
And let's talk football.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
sit
down.
Let's put on a game. Let's watch football. You tell me yes, no, yes.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I like that because I do think I'm a big believer in guys should have second chances, third chances. You should get at least a chance to compete. If you don't win the job, if you don't get on a roster, then that is what it is. But to not have a chance to at least show yourself, that would suck.
It's not just about throwing the ball, right? I mean, there's more to it in the NFL. Being able to, kill a play because the free safety's down weak, and anything like that. And I think just the process of elimination when you're out there on the field, how quick can that be, right? We talk about having accelerated vision, And if you have accelerated vision, you will do very, very well. And that's what Frank that was his big thing, was accelerated vision.
Chad Kelly is brought to you by our great friends over at Chili's. We love Chili's. Only at Chili's will just $10.99 get you a bottomless drink, a starter like the bottomless chips and salsa, a full-size entree like the classic old-timer with cheese, and a big old side of fries with the Chili's 3 for Me deal. I love their chips. Chili's chips are the best. They left a bag out in the office the other day. I ate the entire thing. I'm telling you, Chili's is a feast. The 3 for Me deal is like a casual feast. I mean, it's just $10.99. We're not talking gold forks and stuff. You can't get this unbeatable abundance of food elsewhere, whether you're getting fast food or picking up groceries. Chili's turned 48 on Monday. Happy birthday, Chili's. Happy birthday. And launched their heritage merch collection on welcometochili's.com, where they've released limited edition items that celebrate their 1975 heritage. They've got some sick throwback Chili's gear. Check it out, welcometochili's.com. Head over to your local Chili's where you can enjoy the best meal in the world, the 3 for Me deal, for just $10.99. That's a crazy deal. Go to Chili's, get that 3 for Me deal, $10.99. And now, here's more Chad Kelly.
Yeah. So maybe a little tougher question. Being Jim Kelly's nephew, is that – because I've read quotes where they're like, it kind of sucked for him because he was never Chad Kelly. He was Jim Kelly's nephew. Did you feel that growing up? Like everyone looked at you and said, okay, this guy is from a legendary family. He should be the next Jim Kelly.
Yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, everywhere you went with him, he was always having to take pictures and photos, and, he's the greatest thing ever. And, I would say right now, he's a top 5 face person in New York.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has that star power and, that look that everybody's like, oh, that's Jim Kelly, that's Jim Kelly, that's Jim Kelly. And it's like, all right, yep, that's him. And so as a kid, you see that growing up and you're like, is he a superhero?
Right.
And I used to be scared to calling him on the phone. Be like, I know this is my uncle. I know it's my dad's older brother, but like, I was scared to call him because I didn't know how he was going to be. Like, this is a superhero.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was good and bad, obviously.
And in Buffalo, we're big fans of the city of Buffalo. What's your favorite wing place?
Barbell, for sure.
Okay, that's a good answer. Yeah.
They got good beef on Weck
Yeah.
there.
Very.
Yeah.
And do you have a glass that's on the wall?
I do not.
They have,
Yeah.
personalized
I've never.
glasses there?
Have you sat down and ate there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We went with Eric Wood and Richie
Eric.
Incognito
Eric,
a
Richie,
few years ago. Yeah.
Both those
They took
guys,
us there.
fantastic people.
They
Yeah.
probably ate $700 worth of chicken wings.
Yeah. I mean,
Big boys.
it's just
Well, they
Buffalo's
could-
the best. Yeah.
But that spot is very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should go to Wingnuts.
Yeah, that's our place.
Okay, that's wild you say it. My mom just had that 2 weeks ago, and
And what'd
she's like,
she say?
it's super, super good.
It's
Yes.
awesome.
So,
So-
it's crazy because it's a very Buffalo story. We love the city of Buffalo. We've gone there a bunch. Obviously, we love Josh Allen.
Yep.
And I got hit up randomly. Someone in Buffalo hit me up and was like, "Hey, you got to try this place. It's in the Knights of Columbus kitchen. So it's not even a restaurant."
Really?
So we showed up. We're like, I guess we'll figure out what this guy Ed and his wife Alicia had been running it out of a Knights of Columbus. And we tried it, and we're like, these are the best wings ever. And then we raised some money for them, and now they have like a couple locations and restaurants. We love it. It's
And
the
so,
best.
what is it called?
It's called Wingnuts.
So that's the same
That's
people.
the same
Yes.
spot.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They were
And-
literally running it out of the Knights of
No
Columbus.
way.
It was just like you just walk in, and
Okay.
it looked like you were going to like an AA meeting. That's what the room it
Wow.
looked like. Yeah, and you just sit down and they had wings, 2 types of fries, and they're just like, here's what we do.
Sweet.
We do it well.
It's right across. At least the closest one to me is
Yeah, they
right
have
across.
2,
from-
I think now.
Do
Yeah.
they? Yeah. Okay. So there's one right across from Fat Man's Pizza,
Okay.
and just very plain pizza. It's plain
It's
versus
a Fat Man's Pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
it
get
is.
it. They named it perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, these chicken wings, they are they're not just the best chicken wings in the world. They are one of the best meals I've ever had in my life.
Really?
They're that good.
Yes.
And we say it all the time on the show, and usually if we talk up a place like this enough, people will be like, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't as good as you guys made it out to be. All we hear from people is like, yeah,
Yes.
it delivers as advertised.
And they're
I
like the
love it.
best people ever. And we also should say, if we're talking about Buffalo food, out of respect, Lenovo. Respect.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I used to work there.
Really?
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, we love Lenovo.
Yeah.
So
we respect.
You want me to? I'll share your story.
Okay.
I obviously I was working there. I was making some money in high school, right? From my senior year after football till before I went to Clemson, And I remember Mario Williams came into town, right? And he was going to sign to the Bills. He wasn't sure. He was still, undecided. Well, I go, hey, I think I can get us, let's get him a pizza. Let's bring him a pizza, And so we built a 6-foot pizza, that said, come to Buff 90, I think it said. I don't know, whatever. Anyways.
Yeah.
And he ended up coming, and he was like, "Yo, this is one of the best pizzas I've ever had."
Look at that!
And
sealed the deal.
And now they're sponsored.
Yeah, they are. They're in the stadium.
Yeah.
We know some of the guys from Lenovo.
And so I just saw, the head man 2-3 weeks ago at the Sabres game, and he was like, that sealed the deal for us to, be part of the Bills.
That's awesome.
So
that's
I
great.
feel like
awesome,
I had a piece of that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we love Lenovo. They got great wings too.
No, they do.
Yeah. So how?
Well, and I will say this: if you ever find out a team is in Buffalo and they go to either Lenovo or Chef's, Italian, bet against that team.
Yeah, I like that.
The food's too good.
I'm just
Yeah.
No, yeah,
too good.
yeah. That's what it is. The food's just really good.
It's too good.
And then
It's
they
too
show up the
good.
next day and they're still
The
full.
food's
No,
too
for real.
good.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
And when I get text messages about, oh, hey, that was a shit game, but damn, Lenovo was so good or Chefs was so good, and they get blown out by 30, 40 points.
It's great.
When you were on the Colts,
Yep.
did you think that you were going to get in? Did they tell you that you're going to have an opportunity to get in the game and play?
Yes.
Because everybody,
Yes.
there were so many opportunities because they were digging through backups.
Yep.
Certain people couldn't throw the ball 50 yards down the field.
Yep. No, I literally thought I was
Every
ready.
week I was like, this is the week that Chad's going to get in.
When Jacoby got hurt and Hoyer started against Miami Dolphins, he threw 3 interceptions in the first half. I said, man, he's got to be something, got to be something. And then it never happened. And I was like, man, we practiced all week for me to at least get 3 run plays.
Right.
Zone read, whatever. And it just, it never happened. Now,
Yeah, there's a deep state that's keeping Chad Kelly from slinging it in the NFL.
Yeah, we need him to sling it. Oh yeah, by the way, the rap song. Talk us through that. Reese Davis sang it on College Game Day. It's still one of the funniest. He was just narrating it. What's the actual lines? Can you tell us the lines again? It's the Reese Davis clip.
I don't even listen to it. I saw the guy that made it probably like 3 months ago, and he said, bro, I just want you to know the whole hood loves you and forever loves you, because now he is actually the producer for Griselda Records.
Oh shit.
Well, we know them too.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He is
We did a song with
Did a
Benny
song
Butcher.
with Benny.
Oh well, it's his producer.
We probably know
okay,
him.
yeah.
We were probably in the studio.
Well, his old name was G5.
Okay.
Now I don't know. I remember as G5. I don't even know what they call him now.
That's crazy. We're 2 degrees of separation away from Chad Kelly, but just in terms of being featured on Benny the Butcher songs, it's kind of wild.
Here's Reese Davis.
Erstwhile rapper turned rebel quarterback Chad Kelly from the South.
He sounds like a hater.
Yeah, when you say erstwhile.
Can't see me, Chad Kelly. Nobody's gonna stop me, Chad Kelly. Watch my touchdowns, Chad Kelly. The field is going down, Chad Kelly.
Was he trying to insult me?
I don't know.
Yeah, he
kinda
was. When you hear a guy say an erstwhile rapper, you know that he's not about to
Watch
say
my
anything
touchdowns, Chad Kelly.
Man.
good. Hater.
Yeah, no, that was you. You're like, fuck it, things are going well. I feel like that's a lot of athletes put out a rap song.
No,
where
listen.
they're just like, things are going so well, let's just try a rap song.
It had nothing to do with that. You won't even believe how it really transpired. We're literally sitting there, we're watching a movie, and it was about Miami Cocaine Cowboys. Right?
Okay.
And it was me, this guy, Stevie Johnson's best friend, and my boy. And we're all sitting there watching this movie, and it's like 11:30. He was like, "Hey, I got an idea." I was like, "All right." He was like, "Let's go upstairs. I got a studio upstairs, and it is a shit studio. Like, this is back when nobody had any money, right? We're all like high school kids, and he might have been a little older, but whatever. Obviously, he's growing up to do big things.
Very
and,
successful, yeah.
Yeah. And so he was like, "I got an idea." He was like, "Say these 5 things." I was like, "All right." He was like, "Put in a little bit of like juice with it." And I was like, "All right." And I did it. And he was like, "All right, tomorrow you're going to be like, this is sweet." I was like, "All right." So, not thinking anything. He was like, "I got it." He sent me a text. "I got it. Just send it to your email." He was like, and so I listened to it. My parents were right there. I was like, "Mom, listen to this." And she was like, "Whoa, all right, I don't know how I feel about this." And so then he was like, post it. I was like, all right. Like, shit, he made it. So I was like, yeah, I'll post it. And then he was like, I remember he said like, post it 1 or 2 more times. And next thing you know, everybody was like, Swag Kelly, Swag Kelly.
Yeah.
Swag Kelly.
Yeah. Watch my touchdowns, Chad Kelly. It's just a great line.
That's good. Yeah. I know that Billy wants to unload the clip right now because you're his favorite person.
Yes.
But he was telling us before you came in that Billy used to watch clips of you every single day, like before football practice, before football games. He would watch clips of Chad to get hyped up.
Wait, like on the bus to games, I used to watch your highlights because when I was in high school, you were like balling at Ole Miss, and then it would always be set to the Chad Kelly song. So I'd be like warming up, be like,
Chad Kelly. Wait, I have a question though.
I'm just trying to channel.
Am I remembering it correctly? Did you at one point block Billy though? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Why?
I don't know.
We got to get to the bottom of it.
You know, I just talked to the guy that does the weight rooms, right? And I was like, hey, I think I'm about to go over to Pardon My Take with the boys. And he was like, man, I really like those guys. I was like, why? He was like, man, they just keep it so fair. And I was like, I feel that. And he's like, if someone, fucks up, they're like, hey, let's interview him. Let's bring him on. Like, let's hear what happened or, why he's a guy like this, right? And then I was like, man, back a few years ago or 5-10 years ago, and I was like, damn, they're coming at me hard. And then after a while I'm like, no, well, fuck, it's my fault for doing this dumb shit.
I appreciate that because I do think that like part of what we try to always do with this show is we will make fun of anyone, and mostly ourselves, but we also will talk to anyone and like, listen, if you get arrested in a Woody costume, we're gonna crack a shitload of jokes.
No doubt.
But we also aren't gonna be like Chad Kelly's a bad guy. He shouldn't be like walking this earth.
Right. That's
where some people do that, where they're like one mistake and you're done. It's like, no, he fucked up. We're gonna have fun with it, and then he's cool.
No, you guys definitely keep it fair, and all the boys back home. My cousin, he's got the damn Viva La Barstool on his back of his car, and it's like, all right.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, Buffalo is cool. like if we ever like Pablo Escobar, like when he had to everyone was coming after him. If we ever had everyone in the world coming at us, we just moved to Buffalo and be like, our people will defend us.
Well, Uncle Jim thinks very highly of you guys too.
Yeah, we got to get him on the show.
He was gonna come today. He's actually in town.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and he actually has his MRI today at 10 till 12, and I was like, fuck. All right.
How's he feeling? Is he doing all right?
Yeah, he's good.
That's good.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Is he here tomorrow?
No, he's leaving right after today.
All right, well, we'll have to do that sometime. Maybe we'll go through Buffalo for Grit Week.
Yeah, we could do it there maybe.
So Billy, you want to unload the clip? I know you've got a million questions.
Go for it, Billy.
I want
Wait, but why'd you block Billy? We got
because
distracted.
I think he was being a hater.
Yeah,
but
okay.
in all sense, it was just love.
I think I was guilty by association.
No, he never blocked us. He never blocked me.
Hand up. I've made jokes before, but I think Big Cat's right. The different, like when we joke about, we're not doing it in a mean way.
Right.
We're just joking to make jokes. I think sometimes people see anything on the internet and they're like, well, this person's trying to cancel me. I'm never trying to cancel anybody.
No, I think Chad's reaction is exactly how I would hope most people, where like initially they're like, fuck these guys, and then after like a few weeks they're like, wait, no, they're just having fun.
Yeah, and so it's wild that this all transpired anyways. About 4 weeks ago when we went to the Maple Leafs game, I ran into the owner, right? And his son and him came up to me. He was like, hey, you know the guys over there at Barstool? I was like, I mean, I don't know him personally, but I have kept in contact with him. And he was like, man, tell them that whatever game they want, they're all invited and it's all taken care of. So this is straight from the guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
So whenever you guys want to pick a game, all you guys are invited, all is taken care of.
I think this is the Maple Leafs year.
Yeah,
I know I said that
Leafs.
last year.
I'm going to bet on them.
But now this is the year for they're too talented, dude. They've got all the talent in the world. It's been so long. This is the year that the Maple Leafs return to glory.
Yeah, it's coming home.
Now that I found out that they're a fan of this show.
I've always loved the Maple Leafs.
I have too. Ty Domi, Matt Sundin.
Yes. Did you see
Darcy Tucker?
Domi's son's pass yesterday?
Oh, no, I didn't. He's sick, though. Yeah.
It was a nice pass to win a game winner.
Max, he's very good.
It was a nice little...
Nice.
So, Billy.
Tape.
Go off.
So I got an idea.
Billy.
Look, I followed your story since high school. You were another New York State quarterback, so I was always like looking at
basically
guys in the
neighbors.
area. Made it to the SEC, so I was like,
people usually
I
like
can
Chad
go to
Kelly
the
Billy
SEC.
football.
No, but like when you're growing up. So I got an idea for the rebrand. Okay.
Yep.
So is Chad your full first name?
Yes.
Do you think you could change it to Chadford?
Chatty.
Chadford.
Chadwell.
Your brother
Chadwick.
Your brother played lacrosse, right?
Yep.
Did you play lacrosse?
Yes.
So in the NFL, they love bringing up lacrosse for some reason.
Yep.
So
Belichick.
we need to play down your swag, like Trojan horse your swag, so you can get like a backup job and then just take over. So
like
if
that.
you
What's your
start
middle name?
running with
Patrick.
Patrick.
I actually wouldn't hate CP Kelly.
CP Kelly.
Kelly. I
no,
like
that's
that.
too much swag. Too much
Okay,
swag.
so
Why don't you
Patrick
go-
Kelly?
Or no, Chad
Pat Kelly?
Kelly, and then just play up the lacrosse angle, Vineyard Vines, and
I
then
love
you
it.
could easily get into a quarterback
I
room.
love it.
Because they're going to be like, oh, this dude's like
You know,
Case Keenum. Just like
you know,
vanilla
he
plays
as
every
fuck.
sport. yeah.
I remember when Dabo was like messing with me. I was like, well, I'll just go and play lacrosse on the lacrosse team, and I'll see you guys during the regular season. I'm not going to go through spring ball. And he was like, I was like, yo, if I'm not going to be the starter, I might as well go play lacrosse and get better footwork wise or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think
Compete.
Did he like that?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but that's what we have to. No, but that's a great story because we got to be like Chad Kelly, Patrick Kelly, CP Kelly is such a competitor
Love it.
that if if he's just sitting there doing nothing, he'll go play another sport.
1,000%.
Because you love competing.
1,000%.
NFL teams love that when it's like my guys just want to compete.
Dude, lacrosse is the greatest sport ever.
Really?
Like, dude, it's so fun.
Well, we own the championship team, Water Dogs. No big deal.
Well, can I get a tryout?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Like, for real.
Yes.
We can definitely
I'll
make
play.
that happen.
I'll play defense, midi, long pull. It don't matter.
Okay.
Attack. I dabble in attack, but more midi. I like to run.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need some middies.
We do.
We've been looking
We
at
do.
the roster every night.
A lot of guys been retiring. They won. They won the chip and they all retired.
Yeah.
That's kinda what we're dealing
yeah.
with.
It's a Zoomer
Oh.
thing.
Because
You know,
like
they
a
don't
lot
want to
of
work
dudes,
anymore.
like they play like they were playing MLL and like they were playing like the whole career without much success, and then they finally
Wait,
got a
how many guys?
championship.
We had guys retired.
We had a lot of our captain retired.
That sends a bad message.
Quitter.
No, but
After
it's more
he
like,
just won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well-
you know what?
well,
He
a
doesn't
lot
have
of
that dog in him.
No.
a lot
You
of
don't
these
want to
guys-
defend your title.
When you're working a job and playing lacrosse on the weekends, like professional lacrosse, a lot of these guys are like, yeah,
No.
I got the
Yeah.
chip, I'm hanging it up.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much money. I mean,
We'll
dude,
get you a trial.
Yeah, we'll get you a trial for sure.
I would love to play.
Do you have any
problem.
interest in USFL, XFL?
Yeah. It goes back to an agent. You know,
Yeah.
the agent was just kind of like, hey, you know, this league's a little newer. I think you'd be better off in a bigger city, 20 games, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I could have played for 10 games and, you know, maybe had a chance to go back, right?
Yeah,
Right.
The XFL is weird too this time around because you're practicing in Arlington and you're living in Texas, and then you fly.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you fly to your city for your games, and then you go back to Texas. It's a weird setup.
You keep referencing that whole agent scenario.
Yeah.
What do you think's going on with Lamar?
Ooh.
With that whole, because you have
Well,
better insight than any of us.
Yeah. I don't have any insight on it, but, you know, if we were to pull up his best game, you would probably be like, all right, do you really pay him $200 million guaranteed?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think, whoever puts his stamp on him, you're ride or dying with him.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? A lot of offensive coordinators, they want to throw the ball.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
I would personally do it because
Yeah.
as a Commanders fan, he would be the best quarterback that our team has ever had.
I also
Who's better? Who's better?
well,
Kyler or him?
I think
Lamar.
he is. I don't think you win the MVP of the NFL by accident. Like
I
you
agree.
have to be really good.
That's a full season.
right. And I know
Agree.
that there's injury concerns, which are totally fair to bring up. And he hasn't. You know, he's the last few years he hasn't played the full season. But I still would bet on a guy like that.
When was his worst year this year? Would
Yeah,
you
I
say
mean, the
this year?
last 2 years he's been injured down the stretch.
So Wink Martindale, right, who was the defensive coordinator, who was linebacker coach, who had been there for a long time, right? Where is he now?
He's in New York, yeah.
What happened to Daniel Jones? Somehow he just elevated his game.
That is definitely.
So-
I think that gets underrated in terms of
It
like,
is.
even in Denver this past year. Like a lot of the reason why, not a lot of the reason why, but I think part of the reason why Russ might have struggled was Nathaniel Hackett hired a friend of his for defensive coordinator, and maybe they weren't putting as much pressure on him in practice that now he might have with Sean Payton being like, I'm gonna actually test you here. Like it's not gonna be easy in practice.
Hire him as a GM. I
Yeah.
love that.
Who's the toughest defensive coordinator you ever practiced against?
Good question.
Ooh.
Was Vic Fangio? No, he was
No.
the head coach. No, was he head coach at Denver?
I mean,
When you were there?
Eberflus was pretty good, but
Oh, I like that.
You know,
I like that.
There
That's my
was,
coach.
but even in college though, some of those guys were really good. I remember even Vanderbilt when we played against Derek Mason.
Yeah.
Like This is the hardest thing. As a quarterback, when you get into odd man fronts, right, and teams know how your blocking schemes are or protection schemes are, right, and they, overload one side and then, bring two guys from the other side, they know that you're sliding to the guys that are all over there and they're going to have to throw hot backside. And so that's the biggest thing where, defensive coordinators get people is that, like, you got Greg Williams, you got you watch San Francisco's defense. Go turn on that film. Quarterbacks are so confused against them, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Looking at like rookie quarterbacks coming into the league, there's always like, for example, Belichick always got their number, always got like some sort of defensive coverage that just messes them up. Like going into like, what do you think is like the easiest mistake those guys make that they just don't know coming from college?
Well, it's cover zero. Right, and remember the one time they were like, "Oh, he's seeing ghosts." I think was it Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold. Okay, I remember I went back and watched. It was like 4 or 5 straight snaps, or it was like 3 or 4 straight third downs that they went cover zero, and then they were like minus 20, right? Not on the plus 20. And for guys to do that down backed up, it's like, oh, you're taking a risk. You might get an 80-yard touchdown. Mm-hmm. But when you put a quarterback in that situation as a young guy, he doesn't necessarily know. He knows where his hot is, but they still might be able to defend the hot because they're sitting at that depth where your hot is, right? Or they're trapping it and playing 0-2 or 2-0, whatever it is. And I think the biggest thing is that they can't physically comprehend what to do at such quick decisions when it's cover zero. Like in practice, you would practice, hey, there's 4 or 5 different cover zero looks that you're going to get. We might have to go back 7-8 years to pull the clips up. But these are possibilities that you got to be ready for, and that's why I loved, being in Indianapolis and was amazing about that. We did that before every, I think, Friday and Thursday practice. We would work just on that, like at the first part of practice. Then when I was in Denver, the play call would be so long. Like I'm talking about kill this and then alert to cover zero beater. And you're like, all right, Peyton did that. Now you're asking, Brock Osweiler and all of us to do it, and you're like, all right, we're not Peyton.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's a long call. That's 22 seconds of a call, and you're like, all right, they're playing cover zero. All right, I got to fix it now.
Yeah.
It's a lot to do.
Yeah.
As a fan, that's one of the dumb thoughts that I've had. Why don't they just make play calls shorter? I know some teams do way shorter verbiage than others, and then you see like Sean McVay's offense, which takes 15 seconds sometimes to read a play call off.
Well,
why can't they simplify all that?
I don't know why, but there's one play that you can run every single time.
What's that?
It's cheese play.
Go
That's
watch.
Kyler does it in Madden.
It needs to be.
Yeah.
But it's literally go watch Sean Payton and them with Alvin Kamara.
Uh-huh.
He has an option route, one-on-one. Whether it's to the front or back, he has an option route. He can either go in, out, or break in at a 45. And it's always a one receiver side, backside. Then you look at Michael Thomas. All right, now the 2 receiver side. Now Michael Thomas can go in, he can go out, he can break at a 45. So now the outside guy has a comeback or a go where, hey, everybody's clumped up inside. Now you work outside.
Yeah.
And now you go to a 3 receiver side. Now number 2 and number 3 are now doing an option route with an in backside and a post or a comeback on the outside. And those option routes cannot be stopped, fellas. If the guy is covered, it's because he fucked up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it also
what I'm
helps
hearing
that
is
you have
bring Chad back to Denver, put him in Sean Payton's offense, and you get a first down every single time.
Yeah, we should
the play.
We should say Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas that probably is part of it.
You go back and watch.
I will.
Go back and watch my first preseason game ever. I'm playing against Mike Zimmer, and he's bringing cover zero. He's bringing all these exotic blitz. My first preseason game, and we knew it was coming. Like he was obviously wanting to do something like that. And the first time I drove down the field, we scored, and it was the same route, right? An option route by Phillip Lindsay. He broke in at a 45-degree angle. He caught it like this, ran in for like 3rd and 12, touchdown. And I'm like, man, that play is unstoppable. It's unstoppable every single time. He can't lose. Mm-hmm. Can't lose.
You got it.
All right, so last question. I'll give it to you, Billy. It's a rollback question. RHOBACK.com. Use code TAKE, 20% off. First purchase, Q-Zips, polos, joggers, hoodies, everything. I'm wearing the joggers right now. This has been awesome, Chad. Like a very, very fun interview. But Billy obviously is obsessed with you, so we'll do the rollback question with Billy to end the interview. Rollback.com, promo code TAKE.
No, I just wanted to go back to that cover zero stuff.
Yep.
Because, like, I don't know, at low levels of football, like when I saw cover zero, first thought was hot route, go route, just like take the blitz, but get that ball up and out there. So are you saying that because it's so fast for rookie quarterback in the NFL that they're not thinking of the simple thing, or is it that they're throwing some sort of like twist, some sort of advanced like second level thing that is just next level?
So look, there's cover zero hole, there's double cover zero hole, right, or zero double hole, and there's also a thing called green dog and blitz the back, right? So all these things, there's essentially 5 or 6 different cover zeros that you can do, right? And that's where it's like guys could come and then drop out, and now he's sitting in the hole where you're throwing a slant, or he's dropping right under the hitch. And so guys just have to have enough film work to know what is the best idea. Can I give him a hot route, give him a 10-yard stop? Can I give him a quick out? All these things go into the equation from film study throughout the week that you're like, hey, if they go cover zero here, what are you going to do? Like, I remember when I was in Denver, I was staying there till like 8 or 9 o'clock. Coach had it literally week before I got in trouble. Coach goes, hey, stop staying in here so late. I was like,
so it's coach's fault, actually.
Coach literally said, said, stop staying in here so late. I was like,
that's coach's fault.
Damn, all right. And so I started,
that week. Drag you out.
Yeah, if he hadn't said that.
I was going back to like 2012, 2010. And I'm watching Antonio Cromartie when he first came to the NFL, and I'm writing up, a synopsis on, how we think we can attack him. And I'm going back. I'm just like, yo, there's so many exotic blitzes that guys are doing that, guys are cheating inside, guys are cheating outside. He's coming up right on the snap because he knows he's going to get, a quick route. Guys know where they're weak at in the NFL. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of, are you in the right position at the right time?
We need to put out a graphic of your preseason, because I'm looking at it right now. You kind of lit it up in preseason.
Hey,
like
the
Bears, you were 7 for 9, 90 yards, 1 touchdown. The Vikings game you were talking about, where Zimmer was trying to fuck you up, you went 14 for 21, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, I'll tell you guys, PFF, don't listen to PFF.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's unless
we can get in, because we know some guys there.
Chris Collinsworth.
But maybe we can get some of these guys to put a good grade on you. Then maybe only listen.
We're gonna have to figure it out, because that's real.
Yeah.
Because me and my boy in the Toronto Argonauts workplace, we went back and watched.
You don't have a facility, do you?
It's.
No way.
It sounds like it's a stadium. It's a stadium.
It sounded like it was a WeWork, the way that you said it.
We're at our workplace.
Workplace.
At the stadium.
Your job. Yeah.
We share it with Toronto Football Club.
Okay.
Anyways, and we went back and watched. Okay, Mahomes' first preseason game, second preseason game, and how they graded him.
Yeah.
And then you go back and watch my first and second preseason game, and how they graded me, and it is a huge disparity.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait. Why was that graded good? Why was this not graded?
Yeah, that's
and so there's money. From what I'm being told from a very high guy who's on TV, said that there is money being passed between people.
So we
got to
start passing
grades.
the money.
You got to.
All right, we got you.
Or we should get our own high guy on TV.
No, what we need to do is
Chris Long.
Yeah, we know these people though.
Yeah,
16W. We like Chris Long.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's the best. Yeah.
I tell you what we should do. I would love to have Chad break down like throws of the week.
Yeah.
During football season.
Yeah.
Because like you're a football mind.
I got the all 22 ready to go.
We should do that for a YouTube series. You can just break it down with us.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Get Chad Kelly back in the get him in the conversation.
But we got to think about like what makes the best throw. Like you could be like, hey, what's the best arm angle throw? What's the best how he bought some time and still delivered a great ball? Or, what was a perfect read versus a very difficult coverage.
Okay. These are all things that I think I want to hear you explain.
Yeah, no, and we'll
because I'm very dumb.
We can do it because it might not be good for a podcast because it's hard to break down a throw on a podcast. But if we did it as a 10-minute YouTube series, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
This is how we rebrand. You're a student of the game. Because obviously you watch a lot of football.
Breathes football.
All you care about is football. We get you in, like Billy said.
You got Discord? We can get something going.
I have Discord.
We get you in. You're the non-threatening backup. Then you get your shot.
Yep.
And now you're swag.
We're just here to help, man.
And all we need is 15% of your contract. That's it.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
We got. I mean, Josh Allen owes us millions.
He owes us $15 million right now. Yeah,
I love Josh. Josh is awesome.
He's the best.
Josh is a good dude.
Who do you think is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, besides Swag Kelly?
I mean, it depends. I mean, you got Mahomes who's winning everything, and you got Burrow who, has just
Gun to your head.
Mahomes.
Okay, good answer.
Yeah.
All right, you know ball. You know ball.
Mahomes,
Yeah,
right?
no, we joke about it because I think what in media you like try to find the cool answer instead of it's Mahomes.
Look, when I went to the Bills' last playoff game, and I remember I sat with, I got tickets from my boy who plays for Cincy, and so we went up and sat up in the higher ups, and I was like, I've never done this really, and so me and my boy are sitting there, and we're just like, man, the energy in here just doesn't feel the same. And so, like, going through the game, and then we go down to the lower level, I'm like, man, it has not changed. And the energy in the place was just so dull. And it was never, like, I've never been in a stadium where it was like that.
Yeah, it felt weird the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And, like, dude, if the crowd is not into it and, like, the energy is not high, you know about energy, positive vibes, energy.
Yeah.
Like, we can feel it. And that's what I think, like, talking about football. Guys can anticipate. Guys that can anticipate have great energy to be around.
Yeah.
You've got good energy.
Yeah,
I
you
like
have great
this.
energy.
I like this.
You got one last question, Billy?
One last question. What's it like being quarterback one at SEC school? Something that people wouldn't expect.
Is it like super sick?
Yeah, what's like the coolest?
What's the part that people like don't know, like wouldn't expect?
Wouldn't expect. I mean,
I'd expect it to be super sick.
ask me what you think, and then I'll tell you yes or no.
He thinks it's super sick.
I once heard a story about Hackenberg having a throne in a frat house.
See, no one ever went to frat houses because of what happened with Denzel and Rob Kimdichie, the year before they got there. So no one ever went there.
Yeah.
But is it sick? It's the greatest thing I've ever did in my life. The people you encounter,
Super
I mean,
sad.
dude, there's been multiple occasions where, you have a girl who, invites another girl, that invites another girl, that invites another girl,
Yeah,
And
no, we're podcasters.
Say
We
less,
know. We
say
go through
less.
the same thing.
Yeah, all we do is hang out with chicks.
Yeah, I have like a threesome every day at lunch.
All right, well, Chad
question,
Kelly,
Billy.
thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. This has been so much fun.
Yeah.
And we're on the chat. Patrick Kelly.
Patrick Kelly, I like
Patrick
that. Let's
Kelly.
all get on the same
Chadwick.
page. No,
Patrick
wait.
Kelly. No, I think it's
we
Patrick
got to
Kelly.
get on the same page here.
I think it's Patrick.
Patrick Kelly.
Patrick.
And then
Patrick
when you
Kelly.
start
I
doing
love it.
well again, we go to CP Kelly.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's do it.
Then you start getting real
Patrick.
swagged out, and then you
That's-
start
but-
carrying your
But my
Louis
uncle's
around
name's
with you.
Pat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we'll go
Pat
Patrick.
Jr.?
Pat Jr., Pat Kelly Jr., and then CP
All right, there we
Kelly
go.
when you start going really well, and then we'll go back to Chad because no CP will ever win a title.
All right, because
So-
Pat Kelly did play in the NFL. I had another uncle that played in the NFL, linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
Baltimore Colts.
Yeah.
And so he was the OG of the family.
Okay.
So
I
I like that.
I love it.
Comeback season.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Patrick Kelly. It's been awesome.
Appreciate you guys. No, thank you.
Chad Kelly was brought to you by the Barstool Store. We've got great new merch. We've got the Pardon My Take Ribbed Champion Crew Neck, one of our all-time bestsellers. It's in the store right now. We've also got the Coors and Pardon My Take Mountains Are Blue Snapback. We've got the Roback Barstool Sports Performance Polo. I've been seeing people rocking Roback everywhere I go. I've been wearing it almost exclusively recently. Love Roback. When I'm on the golf course, I'm rocking Roback all the time. Powered me to 2 back-to-back birdies. No big deal. They also have, at the Barstool Store, the Nike Men's Sportswear Club Fleece Pullover Hoodie. That's right. Nike and Barstool working together. They've got the Barstool logo, retro snapback hat, and more. Shop now at store.barstoolsports.com. We've also got I Am a Homosexual shirts. Support your boy Max. That's a spicy meatball. Check it out. Buy it now. Swag Kelly was also brought to you by the Pardon My Cheesesteak. Pardon My Cheesesteak is a delivery and pickup-only restaurant brand bringing you craveable cheesesteaks and loaded fries. We're now live in all 50 states across 1,000 locations. That's crazy. 1,000 locations for Pardon My Cheesesteak. We're in stadiums, too. It's been awesome to see everybody pigging out on Pardon My Cheesesteaks. And we've got a big announcement coming in the next week or two for Pardon My Cheesesteak. Massive, massive partnership we're going to be announcing soon. You can order now at pardonmycheesesteak.com. I like to get the Chipotle. I also like the buffalo chicken. I like the standard. I like them all, really. But you got to get the fries, and you have to get the brownie bites for dessert. Check them out, pardonmycheesesteak.com. Also available on UberEats, Grubhub, and DoorDash.
Okay, let's wrap up the show. We got Fyre Fest of the week. Memes and Max, do you guys have Fyre Fest? You want to chip in? You got anything? I can come back around to you.
I got one.
Oh, okay, let's go.
My Fyre Fest is you guys saying that this golf video is going to come out because now it's the same thing as everyone's. This is the first time we've done something like this, and it is such a tough edit.
Yeah.
So now I just have people on my ass saying, "When's a golf video coming out? When's a golf video coming out?"
So when is it though?
I don't have that answer.
Okay, so Tuesday.
Yeah, sure.
It was funny.
Tuesday. On
Tuesday, you will see it on. It'll be a Thursday, actually.
Yeah.
It was funny at the time when we were like, nobody tweeted Max and ask him when it's good. But afterwards, I did feel bad because I know that people will be giving you a lot of shit about it.
Just ignore them.
Yeah. Who cares?
Just ignore them.
Who cares? You'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Sickos.
If you ask a lot, it will actually speed up the process.
Yeah, it'll go a lot faster. The more people ask me about it.
It's like hitting the elevator button as many times as you want. Like the elevator goes faster.
Yeah.
That's actually a fact.
That's what killed my great-grandfather, though.
Yes. Okay, so Thursday you will see the golf video, and the more you ask, the faster it comes.
Yep, exactly.
And the more you subscribe, the faster it'll come out.
Okay, I like maybe
that is a fact.
Maybe we drop a bonus onto it. Like if enough people subscribe, then it'll come out earlier.
Mm-hmm. Don't.
Do you not want more subscribers, Max?
I do, but like that could be impossible.
What if what's it at right now, memes?
What's our
memes
YouTube
is usually right on the numbers.
452,000.
Okay, if we get up to 460,000, Max will release the video.
500,000.
No, in its current state, like unedited. Just raw footage.
No, 460. You'll put a teaser.
Okay.
500. It comes out.
Sure.
Instantly.
Instantly. It'll come out.
Instantly. So if we have 500,000, if we gain 45,000 subscribers, instantly.
Oh, this is the worst.
I mean, you brought it back up.
I know.
All right. It will come out, though. Everyone, please be nice to Max and Memes. They do a great job. But do ask. Oh, did I just kick out my own? Oh, I kicked out the cord here. PFT, your Fyre Fest.
My Fyre Fest is that my apartment complex pretty much bombed out the lobby. So I can't use the lobby to my own apartment complex. It honestly looks like I'm walking through a war zone when I'm walking in or walking out. And then they just shut the entire lobby down. And so now if I want to leave my apartment, I have to like take an extra elevator downstairs, walk around the back. None of the cabs know where to meet me. It's been pretty bad for the last, I'd say, like 3 or 4 days. And maybe the worst part is, so they're renovating my entire apartment complex, and they're putting in like a sick gym downstairs. We don't have a gym yet. Right when I'm moving to Chicago,
you would have gotten sick.
I would have gotten so swole.
That's not fair.
Based off that gym. So the fact that I probably won't have NBA Finals abs like I said that I would, it's because the gym has taken so long to create.
That's not right.
It's not right. It's unfortunate.
Not right. Should we have Hank just texted us saying he could join? Should we have him join just so he can do the lottery ball? Because I know how much it would hurt him if he won when he's not here. It'd be incredible. So yeah, we'll have him join. All right, my Fyre Fest is it happens every year. This is a kind of like the calendar just turns, but yeah, it's t-shirt weather again, and I'm not ready. I'm wearing Spanx again. Mm-hmm. I'm back on the Spanx, so this is a temporary, like a Band-Aid over a gaping wound. Like I'm bleeding out. I'm like, oh, just put a little Band-Aid on it, it'll be fine. But yeah, this is a problem for me. We dipped our toe into it in Houston. And now I got to figure out how to lose like 40 pounds.
That's fine. Just sweat a lot. Just start hitting the sauna and steam room.
Yeah.
Sweat that shit out.
Also, we're getting old, and the trip that we just took so much out of me. I still am not like caught up on sleep and just feel off.
Yeah, if you're in Louisiana, you age on dog years.
Yeah.
So it really fast forwards a lot of things about your body process.
Yeah, it was one of those trips that, I came back and I was like, oh my God, I'm tired. I slept a shitload on Tuesday. I'm still tired.
Yeah.
Need to get untired somehow.
That's a perfect weekend for it with the Masters naps.
Yeah, that's true.
Bonus Fyre Fest, I think for both Max and myself. So we just spent, 3 days in Louisiana, 2.5 days in Louisiana. We didn't have any gumbo.
I did.
There was no time for gumbo, and the gumbo at that place is some of the best in the world.
Yeah, I did.
Usually I try to get at least 3 gumbos in if I'm staying at that resort, the Le Berge in Lake Charles. Max has never had a gumbo in his life.
Yeah, that was sad.
That is sad. I had gumbo. This just speaks to what I was saying. My Fyre Fest was that it's T-shirt weather, and we're not ready, Max.
Oh, yeah.
We're not ready.
That was my other one.
Yeah.
Dieting sucks. I've done 1 day of dieting. It sucks.
I'm wearing Spanx right now, but when we're on the road, it's like I don't eat like a real human being. I had, for lunch one day, I had gumbo and a crawfish grilled cheese with French fries, and I ate it all, and then I looked at it and I was like, that wasn't lunch, dude. That was way more than lunch. What were you doing?
Yeah, how much did you sleep after that? That sounds like the sleepiest meal of all time.
Yeah, I took a nice nap. Although I was trying to take a nap and my room was right next to the pool, so I just heard Max holding court, just being the gregarious guy he is.
Yeah.
He's just the life of the party.
The thing about me is I'll get way sunburneder than you.
Also still very sunburned.
Yeah.
It's like a long-lasting burn for sure.
You peeling?
No, which is honestly worse. I wish I was peeling already. Like, I still feel the pain.
Yeah.
I'm peeling hard.
All right, Billy, you already had your Rodgers one. Do you have your guy did get arrested this week.
Nah.
Okay.
I was there. For the
you
arraignment,
were?
just
Nice.
because it was witness history.
With your wolf costume?
Yeah. No, I actually checked it out with Donnie. The video is going to be on Stool Scenes. Actually, second Fyre Fest, almost had a Mark Wahlberg moment. Yeah.
What happened?
So
wait. Is this with minorities or is this with?
No.
Oh, okay.
There was
All
like
right.
a really
I was like, what the hell?
sketchy. There's a really sketchy.
There's a lot of Mark Wahlberg moments that you could say.
Oh yeah. No, actually, no. Mark
All right,
Wahlberg,
good,
9/11 movement.
Oh, got it.
No.
Got it.
No. There was a guy on the subway. He had this. He had a face mask on and double gloves, leather gloves, and then under his gloves, plastic gloves, and he had a backpack. And this woman started freaking out on the subway and got into my car. This is when we were going down to the arraignment. And then basically this woman was yelling in another language about the guy in the mask and saying something about his backpack. And we were like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then we got out the train. This guy came out on the train, started like running kind of beside us to the arraignment place. And then he starts reaching into his backpack. Turns out it was just a camera.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
So
you would
was
have done
close.
something, though.
You would have stopped him.
We were tweaking out.
You for sure would have done something.
The video comes out. It's actually hilarious because you see us tweaking out, and then Donnie's like, "You can't just tackle a guy because he's a ski mask on."
Yeah, I love all the AI pictures that are coming out though. Spider, he had like a phone full of these AI pictures of Trump like working out in the prison yard, praying, reading the Bible in jail, trying to run from the cops. They were all fantastic. I was loving all the fake pictures and content that was coming out from it. But I was thinking about this when they announced that he had been arraigned or arrested or whatever it was. I wouldn't mind being arrested the day after the NCAA tournament was over. That's like the perfect time to get arrested and spend some time in jail. Just hang out, like sentence me to 4 months, get me back for the start of training camp. Football's kicking in a high gear. I guess I could miss an NBA Finals. But if you're going to get arrested, now is really the time to do it.
It is. You would never want to get arrested right before football season.
Absolutely not.
That would suck. Yeah, you're right. So anyone who wants to get arrested, go right now.
Yep.
Perfect time.
The Purge.
Chiefsaholic.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
Did we find out what happened to him?
He's still on the loose.
Oh, shit.
Good for him.
Good for him. Way to go,
With $1 million on his head, he's still on the loose.
Damn. He's being protected by the people of Kansas City. Love that. It's like Pablo Escobar.
Did you said that you were thinking about going down to try to find him?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to. I don't know, like, am I on his side? Do I want to chase him? Like, I think if he makes it to Mexico, let him run free.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Okay, let's wrap up the show. We got the lottery ball. Hank, have you ever gotten this?
No, there's no way we're doing this.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. You joined for the end of the show.
I joined for Mac Jones.
No, we already
about
read
Mac
your
Jones.
comment. We
that.
read your comment. We decided that your typo was great that you just called Mike Florio fiction in general, like he doesn't exist.
No, yeah, he's the greatest fiction writer in the 21st century.
No, but we're saying like the original text you sent me, it was like the greatest fiction Mike Florio, and we thought that was perfect that you're just calling him in his existence he does not exist.
That would also mean that PFT doesn't exist, and that's a world I don't want to live in.
Oh,
that's
true.
That's a slippery slope.
I might not, honestly. I think about that sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Well, Hank, what do you think about the Celtics getting the 2 seed? You kind of blew the 1 seed there.
No, I don't think we blew the 1 seed. I think we had a chance to get it, but
yeah, you did.
Yeah,
but then you didn't get it.
It was a far cry, and I'm excited for the 2 seed.
Okay. All right, and I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's fine. 2 seed's great.
Sixers Celtics would be apocalyptic on this show.
Agreed.
Okay. All right, Hank, have you ever gotten this?
Nope.
Okay. Numbers.
69.
I'll go.
I'm not guessing.
I'll go 17.
I respect vacations.
No, you're here. Guess.
I'm not.
All right. Well, then just tell us what you would have guessed, and it won't count.
I'll take 17.
46.
I already took 17.
Oh, you took 17.
Yeah. All right. He would have guessed 46.
I'm gonna go 64.
Okay. Max.
20.
Memes.
I'm gonna pick 1.
1. Okay. All right. So he would have guessed 46, but it doesn't count
he didn't.
if he gets it. Oh, 77.
Damn.
You guessed that recently, didn't you, Hank?
I don't think so.
I think you did. I think you guessed 77 recently.
I don't think so.
All right. Well,
have fun on vacation. You look great.
Know that even when you're
Thanks.
not trying, you still can't get it.
Yeah. Sorry. I agreed to the tattoo bet. I thought that was big of me, but I guess, nothing's ever good enough for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? You officially agreed to the tattoo bet?
He agreed to it.
1.
Yeah, I consented.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I can't even get a shout out.
30.
A tramp stamp of the lottery ball machine.
No.
Yeah, tramp stamp. All right.
Neck tattoo.
Everyone enjoy the Masters. We'll see you on Monday. Hopefully we have a winner by then.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
A rooster tilts its head back when it crows to prevent it going deaf
Oh.
1.
by plugging its ears when it tilts its head
I'm
back.
gonna go 46.
Oh, 38. 38.